Titan basketball pregame show in 90 seconds from Mark. Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball pregame show in 50 seconds from Mark. I know you've talked about consistency being the one. Titan pregame show is coming up in 30 seconds from Mark. Titan pregame show in 15 seconds from Mark. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. History for Illinois Wesleyan basketball.
It's a Titan victory!
The Titans look to continue their winning ways as their early January homestand continues. Live from Denny Bridges Court at Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan University, this is Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball on 88.1 FM, WESN, IWSports.com, and the CCIW network. The 18th ranked Illinois Wesleyan Titans take on the Vikings from Augustana College. Good evening, I'm Eric Stock along with Joel Swanson. Glad to have you with us here tonight. The Titans back on a winning streak. They've now won 4 in a row, going for 5 straight for the second time this year. Their hot streak has ascended them back into the national rankings, but Joel, consistency has been the key for them this year. Can they keep it going tonight?
Yeah, certainly a 4-game winning streak, Eric, but it has not been easy. It's definitely been interesting. Well, the Titans have gone up and down with teams, and I think that Carroll game on Saturday, very indicative of kind of where they're at. Were able to win the game, really played well down the stretch, but there were times where Carroll took it to them. It's a good Augustana team they're taking on tonight, and just like every other game of the CCIW, you got to play well to get a win.
Yeah, some close wins in that package. They beat WashU on a buzzer beater in mid-December. They got the 2 wins in New York, one of them by 1 point in the final seconds. And then again, the Carroll game was a grudge match down to the final seconds. Titans held on to win by 4. A very good chance that we're looking at the same kind of game tonight.
Absolutely. Augustana has a very good basketball team. Jordan Delp's done a really nice job with this program. They played a really difficult schedule. They will not be intimidated at all by the Shirk Center here tonight. Boy, Augustana has taken on all comers so far this year.
You look at Illinois Wesleyan at 10-3, but 2-2 in conference play, tied with Millikin for 4th place behind North Park and Carthage, both off to 3-1 starts. And Augustana, a solid 2-1 team as third-year coach Jordan Delp has stabilized this program and looking to get them back to where they were after a couple of transition years post Greg Giovanni's retirement.
It's been tough since Coach Giovanni retired at Augustana, where the Vikings have had a difficult time in the conference, out of the conference, especially with the standard that Giovanni set, which is excellence. They've had a hard time attaining that. He's trying to get them back to that spot, and winning at the Shirk Center certainly would get them going in that direction once again.
Oh, in this series that goes back well over 100 years, they played 182 times. Illinois Wesleyan leads the all-time series 103-79. The Titans have won 9 of the last 13 head-to-head. That was after the Vikings under Greg Giovanni beat the Titans 9 times in a row. They split last year, and an indication of the split that we've seen, whether it's here or at Rock Island. The Titans beat the Vikings by 30 on this court last year, and then went to Augustana at the regular season finale and came up short.
Yeah, and it was a grudge match in the conference tournament, 70-65 in a very physical basketball game. Illinois Wesleyan had a nice lead. Augustana got themselves back into it. The Titans were able to hang on in the end. But I think that's what Jordan Delp's been able to do. Bring a physical style of basketball back to Augustana. He's got some good athletes on the wing, some strong physical guards out front. And probably the only thing Augustana missing from the old days of Augustana is that big, strong post guy inside.
Well, they've played some tough competition this year. They have a loss to nationally ranked Wisconsin Oshkosh, and then right before Christmas, they knocked off 2 top 10 teams in the Wisconsin Dells in number 8 Calvin and number 3 Wisconsin La Crosse. They could not carry that momentum over into their next game against DePaul. They gave up a 3-pointer with a buzzer to force overtime, and they lost that contest. Otherwise, we could be looking at a season far beyond the expectations, but I think maybe a lot of outsiders had about the Vikings this year.
Yeah, and certainly I think you look at their wins so far. The marquee win is La Crosse. UW La Crosse, outstanding team. That Calvin win is a really good win for Augustana as well. That was a really good stretch for the Vikings, but then they go back at home, and boy, they hang on to beat Millikin. Had a 10-point lead, had to hang on to beat the Big Blue in that last conference game. So I think a little bit like Illinois Wesleyan, trying to find that consistency of where you're at, but they've got some really good wins on that resume right now. And in the NPI right now, sitting at 51, not in a bad spot to be in early January.
We'll take a look at their players to watch, the Titans as well, and we'll hear from Coach Ron Rose after this first time out. We'll tip it off at 7 tonight at Shirk Center, the Titans and the Vikings. This is Titan Basketball on 88.1 FM, WBSN, IWSports.com, and the CCIW Network.
Welcome to Titan Table Talk, the podcast that takes you inside Illinois Wesleyan athletics. Each week, I sit down with Titan coaches and student athletes to share their stories, analysis, and insights on what it means to be a Titan.
Really love each other and want to support each other.
We just have a really strong family component.
Tune in to Titan Table Talk on YouTube, IWUsports.com, and 88.1 WESN every Monday at 7 p.m.
Each and every night. What can you count on?
And welcome back to Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan. The Titans are getting ready for the Augustana Vikings. Let's take a look at our players to watch. First for the Titans.
Yeah, first, Kaysen Lawrence has shot it awfully well since the middle of December, and that's what he's there to do. Stretch the defense, shoot the basketball, and boy, I really think Kaysen's starting to come along. Illinois Wesleyan runs a complex offense, getting into the system now, understanding the system. I think his best basketball is ahead of him this year. On the other side for Augustana, Andre Claver, the big guard for the Vikings, 14 points per game, likes to get downhill, physical guard out front. He's going to be a tough cover for Illinois Wesleyan tonight. They've got a number of good guards, stretch forwards as well. This is a good Augustana team, and if you had to kind of round out the Vikings in multiple different ways, rebounding, passing the basketball, and also scoring, balance is the key. Claver is their leading scorer on the year. Good physical guards, but they got a lot of other guys that can put the ball in the basket.
And a team that is overcoming the loss of really their three top scorers from last year. Tyler Knuth, who was a stud for multiple years for the Vikings. He was a nearly 20-point-per-game scorer. Evan Ambrose, another double-digit guy. And someone who they were planning on having a key role this year, Stayshawn Kelly, who was a double-digit scorer a year ago, a Peoria native. Suffered an injury 4 games into the season. He has not returned. That's a big loss for the Vikings.
Certainly is, and they've rebounded really nicely. Again, really nice set of physical guards out front. Some wings that can really stretch out there, that they got some length that can cause you some problems. So I really like the balance for Augustana. You've got to guard everybody on the Vikings, and this is going to be a challenge for Illinois Wesleyan. The Vikings have played very good teams so far this year, and they've played them very well. They will not be intimidated by the Shirk Center. Just like everybody else on the slate, the Titans are going to have to play really well here tonight to get a victory.
And we'll get Ron Rose's thoughts on tonight's matchup against the Vikings. Well, Coach, I know you've talked about consistency being the one thing that could really take this team to the next level. We've now seen 4 straight victories. Are you getting closer to that?
I think we are. I think, that one of the big things with consistency is looking at each player on the team and saying what can they bring each and every night. What can you count on? And I feel like more, you really know what each guy is going to kind of give the team and what it can provide towards being successful. And so I do really believe we're getting closer.
So on the path to perfection, what's next?
Well, I think execution. I love this about our team. I think we're playing really hard. I mean, I think we've always played hard, but, early in the year, we weren't getting to the boards. Early in the year, there were 50-50s we weren't coming up with. I think we've won those battles the majority of the time lately. And so I love that we're, I think, consistently playing harder. Now we have to consistently make better decisions within the game. I think that's why, there sometimes we're rolling offensively, and then sometimes we hit those periods where we hit a drought. We just have to execute during those times better.
And Augustana is the kind of team that does 50-50 balls, has always been a scrappy, get after it kind of a team.
And they are. This team is no different. They play very hard. Their defense, most defenses try to stay out of rotation and scrambling. They invite it. Against these guys, it's they don't let you just run your offense easily. They're going to switch. They're going to gamble. They're going to double team. And so they're trying to get you out of your offense. So the key for us is keeping our composure, making the next pass, and that will lead to some good shots. But they fly around the court defensively, especially.
More accolades for Noah Cleveland this week, named to the National D3 Hoops team for the second time already this season. We've asked previously how he's adjusted to the physicality and all that. I'm curious, how has his teammates adjusted to him being there, especially on the defensive end?
Well, when you look at it, I think back to the last game where Noah is saying, hey, get me the ball. And he's telling his teammates that. And I don't think we'd seen that before. Even though I think he wanted the ball, I think he was just more comfortable verbalizing it. And his teammates, they certainly understood the importance of getting Noah the basketball. And I think, just like our whole team, where we said we're going to get better and we have to gain experience, we need court time as a group, that's true with Noah. I mean, Noah just needed to get on the court and gain experience. People throwing different defenses at him, some single coverage, some double coverage, the doubles coming from different spots, different positions, and you can just see his development as a total player and his ability not just to influence the game through low post scoring and defending the front of the rim, but in a lot of different ways.
And not just him, but also Mason Funk, Brady Keel with their shot blocking ability. Does that give your perimeter defenders more latitude to perhaps play more aggressively, knowing that you've got help on the back end?
Well, it certainly. I've always said this, Billy Bratzik, when I played, 7-footer, one of the greatest players ever, kept me on the floor because my guy would burn me and he'd block the shot and we're off to a fast break. So I know firsthand the benefit of having rim protection. And really rim protection's huge because your defense is going to break down at times, and those three guys in particular have done an amazing job of protecting the front of the rim. And when your defense does break down, teams aren't just getting easy shots.
And so keys to get the win tonight.
I think it's keeping our composure with it. Stan's going to want to make this as chaotic as possible, fast-paced offensively, chaotic on the defense. We want to play fast, but we want to keep our composure.
I appreciate the time. Best of luck, and we'll talk afterwards.
Thanks, Eric.
Titans coach Ron Rose as his team prepares for the Augustana Vikings tonight. The Titans were the preseason number 2 team in the CCIW. Augustana came in at number 6, but are off to a 2-1 start in the league as these two teams get set to go head-to-head for the first time this year. They'll also meet in late February to close out the regular season as well.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be an interesting CCIW here. We're starting to kind of get in the thick of the conference race now. Boy, nobody has been able to separate, and really, if you kind of look at it, I think this is where it's going to stay. A lot of really good teams in the conference, maybe not a great team in the CCIW this year. I think this game's going to play out like every other Titan game has played out over the last month or so. It's going to be a dogfight, and whoever makes the plays at the end is going to win this particular contest. Titans are going to have to play well once again. Augustana's got a nice team. Boy, they have played a very tough schedule.
Titans are the only team nationally ranked in the CCIW. North Park got some votes. They're on the way as well at 10-3 as we send it down to Ben Alcine for the introduction of today's starting lineups.
We'll feature the visiting Augustana College Vikings and your hosts, the Titans of Illinois Wesleyan. Augustana College enters the contest 7-5 on the season, 2-1 in CCIW play. The Vikings are coached by Jordan Delp in his 3rd season at his alma mater, the record of 33 wins and 31 losses. Illinois Wesleyan is 10-3 on the season, 2-2 in conference play, coaching the Titans in his 20th season at his alma mater with a record of 359 wins and 167 losses. Ron Rose. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, the IWU band to play the national anthem. And now let's meet this evening's starters. First, for the Vikings of Augustana, 6'2" and a freshman from Sterling, number 5, Andre Claver. 6 even and a senior from Malaga, Spain, number 10, Danny Romero. A 6-foot sophomore from East Moline, number 20, Dom Roden. 6'5" and a junior from Rock Island, 23, Cam Atkinson. And a 6'4" senior from Rock Island, 24, Marian Anderson. of Illinois Wesleyan. 6'8" and a sophomore from Normal, 0, Noah Cleveland. 6'5" and a junior from Normal, number 10, Mason Funk. 8'5" 10" junior from St. Louis, Missouri, 14, Kason Lawrence. 5'11" and a junior from Western Springs, 15, Jackson Nego. And a 6'5" senior from Glencoe, 22, Carlo Kolak.
Illinois Wesleyan in their home white and green, Titans across the front of their jerseys, and the Vikings in their road blue and gold. Our officials for tonight's game are Scott Tierney, Dave Cronin Jr., and Rick O'Neill. Illinois Wesleyan won the varsity reserves game earlier tonight, 94-70. And they are looking for the doubleheader sweep tonight in the second of 3 straight at Shirk Center. The Titans will entertain North Park here in a matinee on Saturday afternoon at 4:15 as part of a doubleheader. The women, by the way, are off tonight.
Now, Augustana will start 3 guards in that backcourt, and then Atkinson and Anderson in the front court at 6'4" and 6'5". Interesting to see how Augustana handles Noah Cleveland inside. When you used to see those Augustana teams with those big physical post players. Not the case for this Augustana team. We're interested to see what they can bring off the bench as well and kind of how they start this game. Ball pressure will be very important for the Vikings to keep that basketball out of the post. And we'll see if Illinois Wesleyan really tries to get it inside the Cleveland early on.
6'4", Marion Anderson tips it up against Noah Cleveland, and Illinois Wesleyan wins it. They'll go left to right here in the first half. On the left side, it is Cleveland with a handoff to Carlo Kolak, top of the key to Funk, holds the rock high back over to Kolak. Kolak on the drive, the jump pass into the corner, tees it up to Nego for 3, no good, and a nice one-handed rebound by Mason Funk. The Titans will reset. Fake pass now into the corner to Funk once again, kicks it back out, long 3, Lawrence got it.
Well, he was the player to watch, and we'll see if he can really get it going here this evening. But really, once again, it's Mason Funk making plays, getting that offensive rebound, the extra possession.
3-0 lead for Illinois Wesleyan off of the opening tip. Now on the right side, it is Atkinson baseline, out of the wing to Claver. On the dribble drive, Claver kicks it baseline, shot from 10 feet, no good for Anderson. And it's Kolak on the bound for the Titans.
And we talk about who guards Noah Cleveland on one end, but who does Noah Cleveland guard on the other, with a lot of smaller guys out there for Augustana.
Funk goes baseline, cut off by Claver, kicks it out on the left wing to Kolak. Crossover dribble goes deep on his man, had it tapped away, got it back, gathers it back in against Atkinson, goes inside to Cleveland for 2.
Yeah, they left Noah wide open on the weak side. Nobody was there, and an easy basket for the big guy.
Cleveland averaging 18 points per game and close to 12 rebounds, tops of the CCIW. 5-0 Titans on top. Romero now into the corner to Atkinson. Or make that Roden. Dribbles out to the wing, back out on top to Claver. Looks to take off, leans into Kolak. Strokes a 3, shot it in and out. Nego rebounds off the deflection for the Titans.
Augustana dead even on rebounds versus their opponents on the season.
Now Funk on the left side, top of the key. Cleveland thought about a 3. Could have taken it, took the foul line jumper, and he settles for 2.
Well, the Titans shooting it well here to start the contest, and we'll see if they can keep that going.
Passed up an open 3 for an open 2, and the Titans have a 7-0 advantage. On the left, it's Anderson. Swings to the right side to Roden. Roden looks to penetrate, cut off on the shot. Now to Anderson, wheels into right baseline with a pass inside. Nicely done, sneaking it in to Anderson for 2.
Yeah, very well done that time. Nice little dish inside, drawing the big guy down to protect the rim, and dropping it off for a guy right in front of the bucket.
7-2, Illinois Wesleyan with the lead. Kolak on the left side over the right-hand dribble, gets to the free throw line, hooks it into the corner to Lawrence. They rotate it out to Funk. Funk behind the back, backs up, fakes a shot, no go. Inside, Nego to Cleveland, up and in.
Yeah, there's just nobody there to protect the basket for Augustana. Well, you got to funnel that ball inside of the big guy, I think, every single time down the floor.
4 possessions, 4 buckets for the Titans as they lead 9-2. On the right wing to Anderson, tries to shake free of Cleveland. Bounce it out to Atkinson. Atkinson on the wing to Romero. Now Roden comes clean top of the circle, guarded by Lawrence. On the right side, Anderson make that to Atkinson. He'll fade for the baseline. That's no good. Kolak the rebound. Titans look to push.
Yeah, Mason Funk using that length to make that a very difficult shot.
Pass baseline and an easy reverse, but he didn't get it to go. Got it back, got stripped and fouled on the follow.
Well, they're funneling that basketball inside, and boy, Noah's getting as good a looks as he's gotten all year down in that post area. Augustana's going to have to do something different. And they're heading to the bench here already as Jake Willems, who comes off the bench but still a double-digit scorer for them, is going to come into the game.
Cleveland at the line for two. The first one is around and in. 51% at the line this year. Made some key ones down the stretch on Saturday. In fact, the Titans were excellent in the second half. 14 out of 15 at the stripe, and they needed just about every one of them in that 4-point win. And he gets a pair.
Interesting to see if we see Ray Marici, the 6'7 junior, off the bench here for Augustana in a hurry. They just don't have a lot of guys in the post that can bother Cleveland in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, just not a lot of size on this Viking team. They find themselves down 11-2. At the top is Willems. Now it's Romero. Rolls off a pick into the corner. Head fake by Roden. Sidestep. Shoots a three. Missed it, but went running to the rebound, and he ran into Mason Funk, who picked up the foul. And Mason, an aggressive defensive player. One of the reasons he's so good, but he's been battling foul trouble a lot in recent games.
Yeah, if you've ever run into a foul, Mason ran into one right there, no doubt about it. Just going after the rebound, not much you can do about that.
Romero into Willems, hits the foul line jumper.
Nice little fade that time, off of that inbounds play, got enough space to get that 15-footer off and knocked it home.
11-4, Wesleyan with the lead. Nigo hustles into the front court. Now Kolak on the wing, shoots a three and hits.
Nice to see one go down for Carlo Kolak, especially early in the shot clock right there, where the Titans red hot here to start the contest.
10-point lead, nearly 4 minutes in at 14-4. Romero on the left side looks to go baseline. Nigo pump, backs him off. Now Anderson with a back down at the free throw line, pivots, nothing there. Floats it back out to Willems. He'll stroke a three, hand at his face, and sinks it.
Now they picked the right guy to come off the bench there. He's knocked in a couple of shots already. He's only been in the game about a minute. He's got 5 points.
Yeah, averaging double figures, has made 6 starts, but a big spark off the bench. As they cut the lead to 14-7. On the right wing, Lawrence now to Kolak, dribbles in left of the lane, hooks it out to Funk. He raises a three and hits.
Well, the Titans really shooting it well. Both of the forwards knocking one down. Kolak had one a moment ago. Now Mason Funk joins the party.
They've hit three early to take a 17-7 lead. On the left, it's Romero with a mean crossover dribble, goes to baseline, draws the double, kicks it out to Willems. An aggressive closeout by Funk, but got the block on the recovery. Kolak the other way to Lawrence in transition. Sends it out to Funk. Knocked his defender down, and it's an offensive foul. That is 2 early ones on Mason Funk, and he'll come out of the game likely for a while as his elbow inadvertently found Dom Roden, who goes to the floor. Now David Williams comes in with Jackson Nigo going out. The senior from Peoria Notre Dame in at one of the guard spots, along with the senior Nathan Bolt, the 6'10 big from Barrington.
Jackson Nigo's had to play a lot of minutes since the injury to Josh Friedman. David Williams is going to be a really important player for Illinois Wesleyan here in this January-February stretch.
Eli O'Donnell, 6-foot junior from Streamwood, Illinois, in there low. The Ray Marici, the 6'7 junior from Winnebago. Titans draw up by 10, 5 minutes in. Right side Willems. One hands the ball into the corner. Three, that's Ethan Andre.
He can shoot it. That's his thing, Eric. He's a floor stretcher. He is on the floor to shoot the basketball. Got to get your scouting report right there. That's the one thing he's there to do, is knock down that triple.
They've got some good three-point shooters out there. They've cut the lead to 17-10. On the wing, it's Williams. Top of the key to Lawrence. Left-hand dribble, now with a bounce pass. Out to Kolak. Kolak with a hard dribble gets into the paint, down to the free throw line. Ran into trouble, lost the rock. Picked up by Marrero from the seat of his pants. He throws it away. Williams takes it back with numbers. Hooks it into the corner to Kolak. Steps up baseline. Shovels it into Cleveland for 2.
Yeah, nice right-hand finish right there. Augustana in total scramble mode there off the turnover. Couldn't keep Cleveland away from the basket.
He's already in double figures. Titans up 19-10. 6 minutes in. Marici over to Willems on the right. Loose dribble, got it back. Guarded by Bolt on the perimeter. Swings it wide left to Romero. The senior from Spain. Gets a baseline to Marici. The kick out. Left wing, 3-ball. A little long for Andre. Rebound. Pulled down by Cleveland.
Andre just a little bit off balance that time. Just didn't quite get those shoulders square to the basket to get a really good look.
Head fake by Cleveland on the wing. Now it's Kolak.
You can see those switches from Augustana. A lot of guys the same size switching a lot of those interchanges.
Bolt on the wing with the cross-court pass to Lawrence. He raises a three from the sideline, no good. Bolt, the offensive rebound, hit it off his foot, got it back. And he gets it baseline to Cleveland. He tees it up to Kolak on the dribble drive with the spin, the pull-up, and the shot a little short. Picked up by Willems for Augie.
Yeah, tough look that time by Carlo, kind of fading away. That would have been a really nice basket. He knocked it down.
Romero unloads to Aldana. Jump pass and no look to Marici. Left block, he'll fade over Cleveland. The rainbow, no good. And it's picked up by Cleveland for Illinois Wesleyan.
Boy, the pace of this game going up and down and no really big stoppages.
Vikings get back. Lawrence had the ball poked away, got it back, flipped it over to Kolak. Now Williams jump step baseline, cross court out to Lawrence. Lawrence with head fake, side step out to Kolak for three. Got it.
Wow, great ball movement. Kason Lawrence had a decent look. Carlo Kolak had a really good look. Nice job giving it up.
Titans with 4 threes as they lead 22-10. Marici on the right side operating for the Vikings. Swings it wide left to Aldana. Aldana looks to put a move on Lawrence at the right elbow. Looking, flips it baseline backdoor to Willems and has it blocked by Nathan Bolt. Out of bounds, still Vikings possession. Brady Keel comes in for the Titans, the 6'6 junior from St. Louis. And Jackson Ego back in, while Andre Claver returns for Augustana. And in for the first time is Caden Workman, 6'5 freshman from Brother Rice High School. Lob to Claver at the top of the circle. Burrows his way inside. He'll lean around. Kolak scoops it up and scores.
That's his game right there. Does a really nice job getting to the basket. Strong guard. Able to get to the glass inside and make a move to be able to score. Boy, Titans playing terrific on the offensive end. One of the best offensive stretches we've seen from Illinois Wesleyan so far this year. Shooting the ball well, sharing the basketball, getting the ball inside. Great offensive start for the Titans. We'll see if they can keep it going. Augustana's going to play a lot of guys. They're all going to contribute. They're all going to do something for them. Jordan Delp will go deep into that bench. We've already seen quite a rotation already for Augustana. But Illinois Wesleyan has looked terrific on the offensive end here, shooting 67% from the floor here to start the game. Boy, the Titans have looked awfully good, Eric.
Oh, Just Thrive Health, founded with deep Titan athletics connections by Illinois Wesleyan baseball alum Billy Anderson and his wife Tina. Proud parents of Titan basketball alumni Nina and Marco. Just Thrive Health, where Titan traditions thrive.
Well, so far for Illinois Wesleyan, inside, outside, everything has worked for the Titans. They've done a great job moving the basketball here so far. You saw in the last possession, really interesting, Augustana trying to guard Noah Cleveland inside. They fronted him, and then they brought weak side help. The problem is the guy who is giving the weak side help, Eric, is guarding Kason Lawrence, who's on the other side of the floor. Nathan Bolt skips it across the floor right there. Lawrence had a decent look. They had a hard close out there, put it on the floor, drew the defense. Carlo Kolak had a really nice look and knocked down the three. So, well, you're going to have to do something to give an extra defender to Noah Cleveland. We'll see if the Titans can take advantage of that throughout the evening.
Jackson Ego gets it off of the inbound and brings it up court with the Titans up by 10. Ego draws the double, hooks it out the Bolt into the corner. An open three for Kolak. That comes up short, but he got it back in the one hop. Into the paint with the drive of the dish to Bolt. Bolt had it knocked away out of bounds. Still Titan possession, 17 on the shot clock as Marion Anderson returns for the Vikings.
Nice job that time by Carlo Kolak drawing the defense, dropping it off to Nathan Bolt. Bolt just couldn't quite handle that pass, though I think he's got a chippy right at the rim and able to score. Bolt will come out, hit a nice block. Good contribution for Nathan coming off the bench.
Cleveland in for Bolt once again. Sets a screen for Kolak, but Kolak was covered, so it goes into Cleveland. Deep on the right wing. Gets it off to Kolak. Now Brady Ruggles, the 6'6 junior transfer, is in the game. Now the screen for Kolak. Out to Ruggles. Back out to Nego. Up top for three. Too strong. Kolak elevates for the rebound. Pulls it back down. Had it knocked away. Ruggles reclaims in the corner. Launches it high. Nice effort by Nego to haul that ball in. Back to Ruggles on the wing. Now Kolak, 10 to shoot. Kolak steps up with a dribble into the paint. No look to Cleveland for three. Comes up short. Tipped away by Cleveland. Picked up by Keel. Back to Cleveland for two.
Nice job by Noah staying with it right there. Able to tip that ball over to Brady Keel. But the ball movement, terrific for the Titans. What we talked about, and Coach Rose talked about, that Augustana doesn't mind the long closeouts and a scramble. But they have been in scramble so far the entire first 9 minutes.
And they're scrambling to contain Noah Cleveland, who has 12 points. And that's the difference in a 24-12 lead. Baseline, Anderson with a head fake. Gets it over to Claver. He'll stroke it from 15. No good. Tipped in. Not quite a tip, but Keel yanks down the miss for the Titans.
You see on Claver, they're kind of taking a step back, making him shoot over the top, just keeping him out of the lane. That's got to be the scouting report.
Now Nego on the right side off the screen by Keel. Cuts it back to the left. Off the pick from Brady. Now Nego hooks it over on the right side to Kolak. Sidestep, shoots a three. Short. And the rebound going to Workman for the Vikings. Left side Anderson pulls up. Thought about the shot. Covered by Cleveland. Baseline dribble drive off the glass for two for Claver.
That's where you can't let Claver go. Not just to the baseline and get in the lane, but with the left hand. Can't let him get to the left hand right there. You got to turn him.
Claver has 4, 24-14. Wesleyan on top. Ruggles on the right side. Guarded by Claver. Back up top. Keel left side to Kolak. Now midway through the first half here from Shirk Center. Kolak on the drive. Runs into heavy traffic. Kicks it out to Nego. He'll fade. Left elbow. Got it.
A nice job by Jackson that time, creating a little bit of space. Boy, I'd like to see the team look down to Noah a little bit more here.
Back the other way. Quick spin for two for Caden Workman to make it a 26-16 game. But the Titans want a 30-second timeout.
There's another guy that comes off the bench that's going to contribute for for Augustana. Caden Workman doing a great job in transition, coming from a solid basketball program last year at Chicago Brother Rice, but a freshman working himself into the rotation for Augustana. This is an Augustana team that is going to play hard. They're going to keep coming after you. Titans have a 10-point lead right now, but they're going to have to sustain momentum. They're going to have to sustain effort because Jordan Delpa is going to continue to bring guys in off the bench, and they're going to give great effort. So you're going to have to continue to play hard here if you're Illinois Wesleyan. The nice thing for the Titans, though, is you've opened up a gap, you have a double-digit lead, and your best player's on the bench right now in Mason Funk. So that's a good news for the Titans there. They're able to manage Mason Funk a little bit there on the bench right now. We'll see how long he's going to sit. I could see him sitting as long as Illinois Wesleyan has a nice, comfortable lead. You'd like to get him into that second half with only those two fouls.
26-16 as Jackson Nego brings it up with help from Keel in the backcourt. Being pressured by Dom Roden, but gets it across and sets up against the man-to-man for the Vikings. And they're blue and gold. On the right side, it's Ruggles. Holds the rock. Swings it off to Keel, who nearly fell out of bounds and threw it away in the process. In transition, Roden goes baseline on Nego, swings it out to the paint. Boy, a hard block by Keel, rejecting the drive by Romero back the other way. Ruggles in traffic, leaning in on Atkinson. Had a block, but a foul as the ball got poked away. And the junior transfer from Arizona Western Community College gets his first foul, team second.
Yeah, Brady Keel, nice block on the defensive end, two hands on the basketball. Got to know your role for Brady Keel, protecting the basket, rebounding the basketball. For Ruggles coming off the bench at scoring, he gives him scoring punch off the bench. That's his role right there. Well, you're having a scoring drought. This is the kind of guy you want to be able to bring in who can put the ball in the basket. Everybody playing their role. Talked about this team trying to kind of figure out roles out there, and Ruggles knocks them both down to extend that lead out to 12.
With Keel, Funk, and Cleveland, the Titans have the best shot blocking team in Division III basketball. In fact, 3 of the top 5 shot blockers, including Keel coming off the bench, as the Titans are back up to a 12-point lead. Now Anderson on the left wing to Romero with a hard dribble, right baseline, has to pull up. Crosse courts the ball into the corner. 3 on the way by Roden, comes up short, and a challenge there by Lawrence. That'll get the whistle. That's going to be 3 free throws as Lawrence picks up his first and the team's third.
Yeah, I didn't really get a good look at that after the play right there, but certainly Cason Lawrence wasn't real happy with the call on that one. Yeah. Unfortunately for the Titans, it's going to cost them 3 free throws. The first one doesn't go down.
Roden is 75% free throw shooter. These are their first free throws tonight. They're second best in the league at 73%. So we'll try to get 2 here. The second one is good. First point for Roden, averaging 8 points per game.
Yeah, solid guard in that backcourt. And now we're a whistle on the play here, but another free throw coming now for Roden. There's solid physical guard out there, though, for Augustana.
So he'll get 2 and he'll check out. Flavor comes back in. Now a 28-18 game. Carlo Kolak back in. Brady Ruggles is back to the bench.
Now we see a little bit of full court pressure here now from Augustana. It's a 1-2-2, little ball press now by the Vikings.
Kolak gets it across without much trouble. Slows him down, though, 20 in the shot clock. Bounce pass top of the key to Nathan Bolt. Holds the rock high. Tried to thread it in for Lawrence and threw it away. The steal by Claver with a trailer. Bounce pass across to Romero in heavy traffic. Had it taken away by Niga. Titans look to push with a 3-on-1. Cleveland, look out! Went for the dunk, and he came up short but got challenged by Willems.
They just about dunked Willems for the basket that time. Boy, Noah Cleveland getting up in the air right there, just about able to finish that one. And get a good look at the replay. Look at Jackson Nigo dropping that dime, and here he comes, full bore. That was actually
that was Anderson
that time that tried to challenge him at the rim.
First free throw comes up short. On one hand, you want them to earn him at the free throw line, but you're also putting your body in harm's way quite substantially in a case like that. I'd give him the 2 points myself.
You might not have had an option, Eric.
Second free throw is good, so he gets 1 of 2.
Number 13. Come out of the game. He actually signaled to come out of the game. Hopefully he's going to be okay. We're going to go over and see the trainer here real quick. Like might be an issue with his right arm there, but we'll kind of take a look at that, going over to get looked at by the trainer, and hopefully we'll see him back quickly.
29-18, Wesleyan on top. Romero at the top of the key, guarded by David Williams. Now to Atkinson, back to Anderson. Anderson goes back out to Romero. Romero dribbles to the right, looks for seam, runs into a double team, double clutches and scores off the glass.
Nice job using that head fake right there, get around the defender, able to turn the corner. Augustana now gets that lead down to single digits. Titans got off to a blistering start here, and now the Vikings trying to fight their way back into the contest.
Yeah, led by as many as 12. Now it's a ball top of the key. Looks for handoff. Does so to Lawrence. Lawrence swinging chest pass on the right to Kolak. Kolak guarded by Anderson. Looks to take him off the dribble. Goes in between the legs. Goes into the paint. He'll pull up. 13-footer. Good.
That is a difficult shot that time by Carlo Kolak. He has had a really nice night here for Illinois Wesleyan. Claver back the other way.
Kolak now in the paint. Claver had a block by Bolt. His second rejection tonight. It's out of bounds. Still Augie possession. Eli Aldana returns along with Ethan Andre.
And actually coming into the year, I thought Nathan Bolt would probably be their best rim protector. Obviously, Noah Cleveland really coming on, takes it to another level. Mason Funk has that reach from all sorts of different angles, and Brady Keel has done a really nice job.
Head fake by Willems. Now with the wing to Aldana, or Andre rather. Foul the drive. An offensive foul here against Augustana.
That looked like an illegal screen that time sent by Ethan Andre, 6-foot junior. Turns it back over to Illinois Wesleyan. Obviously, the Titans can get a little bit more separation here before halftime. They've played tremendously on the offensive end here so far in this contest. 31-20. Titans with the lead. Boy, they have really played well offensively.
David Williams operating top of the circle against man-to-man defense. Lawrence now up top the Bolt, swings it right side to Kolak, took his eye off the ball and went right through his hands.
Yeah, just dropped it out of bounds that time. Carlo has really played well here so far tonight. Couldn't quite hang on to that basketball. Now you kind of take a look over trainer in the corner there with Noah Cleveland. See what's happening there, and hopefully we'll see the sophomore back on the floor here in a few moments.
31-20, Titans on top. Anderson top of the key, guarded by Keel. With a handoff to Andre. Now on the wing, it's Willems. Let's fly from 3. Comes up well short. Kolak rebounds with 7 minutes to go in the half.
That was well defended that time by Nathan Bolt. Did a great job getting full extension. Really nice closeout on the play.
Drive by Lawrence. Had the ball batted right back to him. Stumbles and maintains possession. Lobs it out to Williams. They go around the horn to Keel. Backing down on his man. Pulls up from 10. Left it short. Rebound Claver for the Vikings. Off foot to the ball down court. Runs into heavy traffic. He pulls up in the paint and it rattles home. It was not a man advantage for the Vikings, but he took it himself and got the deuce.
Yeah, able to get that one up and off the glass. Kind of an awkward bounce that goes home.
31-22. Lead down to 9.
Mason Funk now coming off the bench for the Titans.
Lawrence for 3 and a squish.
How about that? That's a fade screen right there. Nice job on the fade cut by Cason Lawrence. Boy, it's hard to get out on a shooter like that. That's a deep three as well.
His second tray of the game, and the Titans lead 34-22. Leads have been seesawing between 9 and 12 for the last few minutes. Claver goes baseline, the scoop, and the rejection as Carlo Kolak joins the block party tonight.
Get Ray Marici now in the game. Here comes Noah Cleveland and Mason Funk as well. It was interesting to see how long Coach Rose was going to sit Mason Funk on the bench. Coming right at you there. There's an extension by Claver, and Kolak knocking that thing right out of bounds. The 6-minute mark, Funk now back in the contest. Remember, he's got 2 fouls, so interesting to see how Mason manages that the rest of the half.
Titans have blocked 5 shots already in this first half, and none by their top shot blocker in Cleveland. Now in the left wing, Willems for 3. Well contested. Softly hits off the rim, no. And Kolak rebounds and flips the ball back to David Williams as he crosses the dividing line. Setting up at the top with a right-hand dribble. Bounces the ball between the legs. Wide left to Funk. Funk up top, back to Williams. Slides it down low. Cleveland nearly got stripped. Got it back, gathers it in. Then hammered it by Willems, sending him to the line. A foul on the floor, they say, as he didn't quite have possession as he was about to go up. Second foul on Romero, team's 5th. Titans protest, but not too loudly.
It certainly looked like Noah had gathered and was heading back up that time. They can see kind of Noah holding on to his right shoulder area. That's where he got hit a little bit earlier in the game.
Williams to put it in play on the end in Titans. In play to Kolak. On the right side, crossover dribble into the paint. No looks it out to Lawrence. Top of the key to Funk. Funk with a step. Gallops inside. Left it short. And taken away by Marici, who then had it stripped, and he got fouled after he came away with a loose ball. And so Mason Funk, who comes back in with the 2 soon after, gets his 3rd. And Coach Rose wanting an explanation.
Oh, yeah, got all basketball right there. Boy, that's tough. But boy, for Mason, you got to pull back though, Eric. You got those 2 fouls. You can't afford to even let the ref think that's going to be a 3rd one right there. And now he's going to find himself on the bench here for the rest of the half.
Yeah, it may be more, as the Titans lead by 12. On the left side, drive here by Roden. On the wing, 3 ball. Comes up well short there for Andre.
Again, Andre, instead of having to step into a 3 that comes back outside from a guy inside or off a dribble drive, he's having to come off that screen that's not nearly as comfortable.
5 minutes to go, Titans by 12. Roden had the ball knocked away, and he forces a tip at midcourt. There will be a foul.
Right, I think there's just some frustration on the Illinois Wesleyan bench on the foul on Mason Funk, which certainly wasn't any contact, and we could actually see it on the replay, but for the official, it's kind of hard to tell in live time. I think that's where the frustration is right now, and then with some contact out front, we're a little frustrated by maybe the speed of the foul call that came a little slower than they thought.
So the Titans up by 12 after Roden picked up the foul. Now into the corner, Ruggles with a head fake, sidestep, shot about the shot, but didn't get a clean take. Now back out to Lawrence. Wide left to Nigo. Into the corner of Ruggles, looks for a step baseline. Shot clock at 3, at 2. A 3 for Cleveland is long. Ruggles with the offensive rebound. Back to Cleveland for the dunk.
Ruggles coming up with that loose ball. Right in stride, hitting the big man for the dunk.
I think Noah's okay. Inside to Willems, and the shot rattles home with the left hand.
He looked okay on that dunk, that's for sure. But good response by Augustana right there. Able to get right back down the floor and get that deuce back.
36-24, Titans are up by 12, approaching 4 minutes to go. They've been up by 12 a lot tonight at almost every interval. Pass out to Cleveland, now on the right side. Here's Lawrence with the head fake. Back out to Nigo, on the left side to Bolt. Bolt back out to Nigo. Shot clock at 7, at 6. Ruggles for 3. Good closeout. Rebound long goes to Aldana for the Vikings. Ball tapped away at midcourt. It's loose. Picked up by Willems. Nearly threw it away. Gathered in. Boy, nice move there by Aldana. Scoops to the bucket and lays it in.
Yeah, fortunate there for Augustana. That loose ball goes in their direction, but you got to take advantage of it. Nice job by Aldana getting all the way to the basket.
36-26. Titans are up by 10. Now Bolt looking at the top, lobs it inside. Boy, they forgot about Noah Cleveland again. Had an easy 2.
Absolutely, right at the rim. Nice job by Nathan Bolt, but that's the easiest 2 Noah will get all night.
17 points tonight for Noah. On 7 of 10 from the field. Titans are back up by a dozen. Marici on the right side with a dribble. Back out on top. Quick pull up Jay from 18 feet. No good for Atkinson. The rebound for Noah Cleveland, his 6th of the first half. 3 minutes to go. Titans by a dozen. Into the corner. Ruggles open from downtown. Off the heel, no. And Marici the rebound.
Contest. Up and down the floor we've gone. Both teams with long closeouts. Just trying to, for Illinois Wesleyan, trying to lower the amount of chaos on the floor as much as possible.
Marici top of the key over to Williams. Moves it inside. He gets it down to Marici. drops it in inside the half circle.
Yeah, they were able to draw all those rim protectors out on the floor that time. Able to get an easy bucket inside.
38-28. Back to a 10-point game as Nigo pressured by Roden as he gets it across. Ball at the top. Unloads here to Lawrence. Lawrence, left wing, shoots a long three, rattles out. Marici rebounds.
Well, again, you'd love to see that ball go down in that post area, though. It's early in the shot clock right there. Keep probing.
O'Donnell off the screen, weaves into the paint, pulls up, fade on 13, no good. Marici tips and controls the rebound. Now with the 2 minutes to go in the half, an alley for Willems. Had a tip, may have been blocked by Cleveland. It's out of bounds to the Vikings. Brady Keel and Carlo Kolak back in. Bolt and Lawrence go out.
If you're the Titans right now, you have to love the way you played so far in this first half. If you're Augustana, as well as Illinois Wesleyan has played on the offensive end, still only down by 10. Still just a 10-point game here right now.
Roden with the inbound on the wing to Andre. The drive here by Claver. Looking to post up here against Kolak. Poked away, but it ends up into the lap of Roden. Roden was doubled and able to somehow twist his way to the bucket and get off a shot as he got fouled by Keel.
Well, that ball's been bouncing around quite a bit. The Vikings have been able to come up with those 50-50 balls here over the last couple of minutes. And they've turned that into points here so far, able to trim that lead down to 10, a chance to get into single digits. I think that's where they love to be at halftime, with a single-digit deficit, maybe even a little closer.
First foul on Keel, the free throw well short for Roden, who has now made 2 out of 4 tonight. 5 fouls in the Titans, 6 in the Vikings.
I think if you're the Titans right now, again, you got to probe inside. There's just no big guys and strong post guys inside for Augustana. I just don't think anybody can handle Cleveland. He really needs to touch it every single time down the floor.
Missed them both, and Cleveland the rebound. Titans still maintain a 10-point lead. Into the corner to Ruggles, dribbles out to the wing, swings it wide right to Kolak. Kolak looks right instead, goes left, backs down into the paint, draws a double again out to Keel. Keel moves his way down low. He'll stick it up from 16, no good. Roden the rebound for the Vikings.
Right now, Augustana's got their 6'2 guard on Cleveland. He didn't touch the ball.
Claver in his pocket pick by Nigo. Titans now with the numbers. With the outlet to Ruggles. Ruggles inside, got blocked and fouled. Well, a good contest there by Roden. Challenged him on the layup, but he got some body on that one. Second foul on Roden.
Roden did a pretty nice job of cutting off that angle for Ruggles as good as he possibly can. There's the body foul on Roden's going to send Brady Ruggles to the line. This is kind of where this lead has been the entire half. 8-12, somewhere right around in there. Trying to extend it back.
Ruggles made 2 free throws earlier. Hits this one. He's 83% on the year. As Workman returns with the Vikings, with Roden going out.
Yeah, there are guys going in and out of this game on both sides. Both coaches using a lot of players.
And given the pace, it's likely what they need to stay fresh. Second free throw, rattles out. Rebound. Goes to the Vikings and Atkinson. 39-28, Illinois Wesleyan.
Claver's going to slow it down just a little bit now here for Augustana.
Anderson to the right side. With the handoff to Workman. Back out to Claver inside of a minute. Claver with a stop and go baseline. Cut off. Swings it out to Workman. Back into the corner to Claver. Claver angling in. Nothing there. Back out. Workman lines up a 3. Too strong. Another rebound for Noah Cleveland.
Really good defensive possession that time for the Titans. Kept Augustana off the lane. Forced a shot over the top.
About a 14-second difference between the game and shot clocks. Keel works on the right side to Nigo. Holds the ball high. Swings it back out to Kolak. Baseline to Keel. Keel backing down on Workman. 10 to shoot. On the left block. Back out to Ruggles. Steps into a 3. And too strong. Cleveland unable to get it. It goes out of bounds to the Vikings with 18.7 seconds left as Lawrence returns for Ruggles.
I got one possession here for Augustana. I think if you're the Vikings, anything that happens here, you want this to be the last possession of the half right now, not give Illinois Wesleyan another shot at it. Augustana's got so much balance. You think Claver's definitely going to be a part of what happens here at the end of the half.
David Williams also back in as Claver walks it up slowly for the Vikings. Sets up Andre in the wing. Andre left wing three, ball by Atkinson, spins out. Rebound Kolak. They've got time. Lobs it a little far, but Williams able to run it down. At 4, at 3. Williams, his pass tipped in, stolen. And Williams' shot is into the bleachers as the first half comes to a close. Great shooting start for Illinois Wesleyan, and they maintained a double-digit lead or close for nearly the entire 20 minutes.
Illinois Wesleyan played well to start the game. Augustana, for as many possessions as they had, I mean, really this game went up and down the floor, only 28 points in the first half, so got to give the Titans a lot of credit defensively. I thought Illinois Wesleyan did an exceptional job on the offensive end to start the game, and boy, they protected the rim extremely well the entire first half. Augustana had a hard time getting any good looks inside. Well, I don't know how many blocks the Titans had, but they had a ton in half number one.
Officially 6 rejections in the first half as the Titans have a 39-28 lead. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, they will be honoring the CCIW champion men's soccer team from Illinois Wesleyan. We're going to talk to a couple of their key players a little bit later on. We'll also look at the first half stats. The Titans lead 39-28 over the Augustana Vikings. This is Titan Basketball on 88.1 FM WBSN and the CCIW network.
The Illinois Wesleyan men's soccer team.
Here now, the men's soccer team being introduced. Here's Matt Sossler.
CCIW Tournament Championship for the second time in program history earlier this fall. With that, they had an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament and set a program record with 13 wins. Let's hear it for Titan men's soccer.
Congratulations to the men's soccer team at Illinois Wesleyan, just the program's second CCIW championship and berth in the NCAA tournament with a program best 13 wins this past fall. So congratulations to them, and we'll hear from a couple of their players in a bit after their halftime honors are complete. Photos all around for now. Titans with a 39-28 lead over Augustana here at the break. Titans never trailed, scored the game's first 5 points, and have not looked back, led by as many as 14 on one occasion. Titans shot 47% from the field, 14 of 30, 5 of 15 from three-point range for 33%, 6 of 8 at the free throw line for 75%. Meanwhile, the Vikings, 12 of 32 from the floor for 38%, 2 of 9 from 3 for 22%, and 2 of 5 at the free throw line. Titans out-rebounded the Vikings 22-16. Titans with 6 block shots, none for the Vikings. The Titans with the 5 turnovers, and Augustana with 4 in the first half. Individual numbers for Illinois Wesleyan, led by Noah Cleveland, a monster first half, 17 points and 8 rebounds to lead the way. Carlo Kolak, 8 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. 6 points here for Cason Lawrence. 3 points for Mason Funk. 3 for Brady Ruggles, while David Williams, Nathan Bolt, and Brady Keel have not scored. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, Andre Claver, or rather Jake Willems, led them with 7 in the first half. 6 for Andre Claver, 3 for Ethan Andre, and 2 points each for Marietta Anderson, Danny Romero, Dom Roden, Eli Aldana, Ray Marici, and Caden Workman. So Illinois Wesleyan with a 39-28 lead. We'll talk to 2 members of the Illinois Wesleyan men's soccer team when we come back after this timeout. This is Titan Basketball at 88.1 FM, WESN, IWSports.com, and the CCIW Network.
Welcome to Titan Table Talk, the podcast that takes you inside Illinois Wesleyan athletics. Each week, I sit down with Titan coaches and student athletes to share their stories, analysis, and insights on what it means to be a Titan.
We all just really love each other and want to support each other.
We just have a really strong family component.
Tune in to Titan Table Talk on YouTube, IWUsports.com, and 88.1 WESN every Monday at 7 p.m.
And welcome back to Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan. I'm Eric Stock. Joel Swanson's here somewhere as we bring you Illinois Wesleyan men's basketball. Titans lead 39-28, but for now we're going to bring you men's soccer as we reflect on the most successful team in program history, winners of the 2025 CCIW Championship and a second appearance at the NCAA tournament. We have with us tonight Sam Kedzier, the senior goalie, and Jerry Smazel, a senior defender on this past Illinois Wesleyan team. First, congratulations on a great season. We'll start with you, Sam, on what it's like to be recognized after such a terrific year.
I can't really hear anything right now.
Okay, let's turn you up there. Can you hear it now? How about that? There you go. Well, let's see here. How about that? So yeah. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Had a button off there. So just your reflections on being recognized for having such a great team season.
I'm super proud of the team and what we were able to accomplish. I think from the beginning, we believed in ourselves that we could win every game that we went out. And, we didn't win every game, but I feel like we put together a great season, and it's only going to get better from here.
Okay, and Jerry, what about you?
Yeah, no, exactly what he said. It came from the commitment from the beginning of the season, and also building off of what we did last year and the year before. Like, there was so much hard work and effort that was put into it. There was no doubt that we were going to do something great this year, and I'm really glad we got to experience that together.
And Sam, as the goalkeeper, I guess there's perhaps added pressure on you as the last line of defense. How do you think about that role as the guy that's got to be the one to keep it out?
I like to be that guy that like is relied on, and I wouldn't want it to be anybody else in the position to have that type of pressure, because a lot of times the blame is put on, like, oh, keeper should have saved that, and I like to take that and lead that way, and I just love the position, and it's a lot harder than it looks. So I love the position, and I love being in that role.
Because when you look at it on video, the goal doesn't look that big, but in real life, it's big.
Yeah, it's like 24 feet wide and 7 feet tall.
So where did your anticipation come from? Where did that develop to know where it's coming or to be able to react quickly?
I think I've always had good reflexes in general, but I think that just developing and playing more, and our head coach Charles, he was a goalkeeper in college too, and he really helped me grow my game to where I was able to get.
And does that impact your approach, knowing that you've got to goalkeeper that's gonna keep it out? Does that enable you to play more aggressively?
100%. I think you rely on everyone that's on the field, all 11 players. But when those lines get broken down, the defense gets broken down. Sam has saved us so many times, countless of times, where without him in goal, we probably wouldn't see the result that day. So it's absolutely incredible to have an asset like him, and it is really great what Coach Shawls does with the goalkeepers and how much practice and time he puts into them.
Players often say that it's the relationships that they'll remember most after the season, and you could certainly say that. But are there particular moments in this past year that you'll reflect fondly upon more than the others?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think any in particular?
Yeah, just the time you spend with the guys together on the bus rides, going to games after wins, even after losses, just bonding with everyone. Those are the times that we'll all remember the most. The wins come, the wins go, and winning the championship was the greatest feeling ever again, this year. But all those little moments in between, that's what really made us who we are.
Yeah, and we consider ourselves a family more than a team. That's how we characterize ourselves. We always break down after our practices and after every game by saying family and doing bro hugs. So it's just all the little in between things that I'll miss. I really enjoyed having such a tight group of guys. It made me just stick along with the process even when times were hard.
So what are your plans both after May?
So I'm going to go work. I worked an internship this summer, so they offered me, and I'll be working again after I'm done here. So.
Good.
I'm going to be a high school math teacher. So I was student teaching this past fall, but I'll be a high school math teacher somewhere in Illinois, I'm thinking.
You guys are going to be excited for the World Cup coming here this spring, right?
Really excited.
Yeah,
I'll be watching that.
How much will that grow the sport in the United States? Do you feel?
I hope a ton. All right, USA looks all right. We got a good seed and everything.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting better. We have a new coach. He's good, and I think just having it be in the United States is just more exposure.
Yeah,
I think that'll be the thing.
As long as we bring some passion, some grit. The USA team, I'm saying, and sure. they make it fun to watch. I think it'll be a great experience for the whole U.S.
And then going back to Illinois Wesleyan soccer, how do you feel that you guys have helped lay the foundation for your successors to pick that ball and keep it going?
Yeah, I think when we came in as freshmen, the program was far below where it is now, and I think that over the past few years, we've been able to build a culture of just putting in the work, putting in the hours, doing whatever it takes to find the results that we want to find.
Yeah, 100%. It's a foundation that was built 3 years ago, and I think from that, it took a lot to build it up. It could crumble easily, but we found a lot of good guys on this team in the past as well that have really put their heart into the program, and those guys are still here, and they're going to continue to instill those values in the next guys that are coming to this program and want to grow it like we grew it in our 4 years. So, yeah.
All right, we appreciate the time. Congratulations on a terrific year. Great careers as student athletes here at Illinois Wesleyan, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All righty, thank you guys for joining us here at halftime. We have goalkeeper Sam Kedzior and Jerry Smazel, one of their defenders from the Titans men's soccer team that won the 2025 CCIW Championship. Second half is coming up in a moment. This is Titan Basketball at 88.1 FM, WBSN, IWSports.com, and the CCIW Network.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Welcome back to Shirk Center. The Titans are up 39-28 at the break. All the other CCIW games are at the intermission as well. Wheaton leads Carroll 48-37 at King Arena. Carthage on top of North Central in Naperville 31-23. And Millikin has a 34-31 lead at Elmhurst. The Titan women are off tonight as they prepare for their game here on Saturday against North Park, part of a men's-women's doubleheader, tipping off at 2 o'clock as the women will look to stay perfect in league play. Our thanks to the men's soccer team and Jerry Smazel and Sam Kedzior, two of the key players from this year's CCIW championship team.
And Noah Cleveland had that monster first half for Illinois Wesleyan, 17.7 rebounds as well. It was just outstanding in half number one. You see that third foul picked up by Mason Funk right there. And he's actually going to start the second half on the bench here for Illinois Wesleyan. He was brought in at the 6-minute mark, had a couple minutes on the floor, picked up that third foul, and we'll see if Coach Rose will go back to him, maybe the 15-minute mark, somewhere right around in there.
Yeah, just 5 minutes in the book before he had to exit a second time. Left wing, a quick three. For Atkinson, no good. Offensive rebound. Roden got stripped and fouled on the follow. It'll be on Kolak. And it'll lead to a couple of free throws.
Gave up that weak side rebound right there. Good action for Augustana, getting Atkinson open three. Decent shooter for the Vikings. And Roden doing a nice job rooting out some space on that backside. First free throw up is going to roll around and drop home that time. Augustana now back within 10, trying to get it to single digits. The lead was right around 8-12 most of that first half for Illinois Wesleyan. Got off to that blistering hot start.
Yeah,
second free throw up and good.
Lawrence got the foul. Actually, his second now. Roden 2 for 2 to make it a 9-point game, and they'll set up the 1-2-2 full court. Or 1-3-1 it looks like. Now as Kolak gets the ball across and a poke from behind, and Roden forces the steal. Claver in transition, swings it over to Roden. Roden steps up, goes to baseline with a double clutch, leans in, blocked by Bolt, picked up by Lawrence. That's 3 rejections tonight for Nathan Bolt.
Yeah, he's been a really good rim protector for Illinois Wesleyan. That was going to be his role coming into the season. He's done it well here so far this evening.
Illinois Wesleyan up by 9. Bolt now top of the key, puts the ball on the deck. Has to give it back up, goes to Nigo, on the wing to Lawrence. Back out to Jackson Nigo, swings the left side to Kolak. Jump pass into the corner to Bolt. Bolt back out to Lawrence. They rotate the ball out to Nigo. Finds himself open, shoots a 3 and hits.
Yeah, good ball fake that time by Jackson Nigo, creating a little bit of space there to knock down that three-pointer from the top. It's really interesting that Claver right now at 6'2" has been guarding Noah Cleveland inside and really not off switches as well. They're just putting the smaller guy on him.
42-30, Titans back up by a dozen. Crossover by Romero, goes to baseline, draws a double, slapped away by Lawrence out of bounds. Vikings keep it.
You can see Danny Romero trying to probe a little bit that time for Augustana, trying to use his size against Jackson Nigo to get down inside. Just 6'4", but I think he feels like he can power over the top of the smaller guard.
Romero puts it in play to Claver on the left wing, puts a move on. Kolak pulls up from 15, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Noah Cleveland.
I think that's the key against Claver. You got to keep him in front and make him shoot over the top.
Kolak runs into trouble and had it poked away. The steal by Romero. Romero circles out of trouble, brings the ball back out. They rotate to Anderson. Anderson slashing into the elbow, looking, floats it inside to Roden for 2.
Backdoor cut. Sometimes when you're being dribbled right at, it's hard to guard that backdoor, and that's what happened that time to Jackson Nigo now as Augustana now a little token pressure out front.
42-32 Wesleyan with the lead as Nigo sets it up. Kolak on the left side. Kolak one-hands the ball on the right to Lawrence. Right side to Nigo. Up top to Bolt. Around the horn it goes. This time it's Kolak. Kolak cross-courts the ball. Nigo, can he get 2 in a row? Yes, he can.
Nice skip across the top again. It's a deep help that time by Augustana. They are bringing entrenched help on Noah Cleveland on the backside. That's leaving that skip pass wide open for that 3.
Back-to-back triples for Jackson Nigo, with the Titans lead to 45-32. Romero with the top left wing to Anderson to the baseline to Claver. Claver looks to burrow inside, kicks her to the corner on the reverse to Roden. His 3 is long. Rebound tapped a couple of times, and Nigo has it with a diagonal outlet to Lawrence. In transition, thought about the shot, but pulls the string. Back at the right to Nigo. The lob inside, the catch by Lawrence. He gathers it in and scores.
Noah Cleveland got fouled on that particular play. No call from the official. Boy, guy draping all over his arm. Still able to power up and score.
19 for Cleveland as Claver tries to hammer his way inside. Caught Titans backpedaling and got the whistle on Carlo Kolak. That's his first, team's second early in the second half, as Jake Willems returns for third-year coach Jordan Delp.
And when Willems came into the first half, knocked down a couple of buckets right away. It was a nice spark for them offensively after they got off to a slow start.
Romero to put it in play on the baseline. Willems on the fade, and another rejection for Nathan Bolt, his fourth.
And again, his reach is outstanding. 6'9", 6'10", can extend. So the Titans are really looking to open things up here now to start the second half.
Up by 15. This has been that point in a lot of games. They've had that chance to separate. The drive by Nigo, the dish out to Kolak, now to Lawrence for three. Wide left, Claver pulls down the rebound for Augie.
Yeah, still good ball movement, got to stop the ball here.
Weaving in traffic with the jump pass out to Willems, steps into a three on the trail of the break, and he hits a triple.
Yeah, Titans with a chance to open it up. Augustana coming right back to 12 here. We'll see if they can get the ball inside to Noah. Got a smaller player on him, but Augustana doing a great job of giving that deep entrenched help on the backside.
47-35, the lob into Cleveland, and an easy two, and it almost overshot it, now with 21 points.
Well, it's just a different angle. It's more of a wing that they're trying to drop it in there. It's really hard to help on that when you're going to entrench on the backside.
49-35 Wesleyan. Claver on the left wing into the corner. Another rejection. This time it's Cleveland out of bounds. Noah Cleveland doing it on both ends of the floor after he had the dunk back in the first half.
And the Titans have been unreal, and there's the dunk from the first half from Noah Cleveland. The flush right over the top of the Augustana defender. Titans off to a nice start here, though, in the second half. Doing a nice job offensively, moving the basketball here. We'll see if they can lock down in the defensive end.
Romero on the left side, 4 minutes through the second half, as Romero is watched closely by Jackson Nigo. Pass to the right to Atchison, pops a triple. Handed his face, and he made it.
Not much you can do about that. Boy, Atkinson has had some good looks, hasn't been able to knock many of them down so far tonight, but knocked that one straight down the well.
38% three-point shooter, got that one to go, 49-38. Both teams with the 10 points in this half. On the right wing, Lawrence, another three, hits it again.
There's your answer. Boy, they left him open that time on the wing. Casey Lawrence, it's just a catch and score right there. Ruggles is going to come into the contest here now for Illinois Wesleyan. 14-point lead for the Titans.
Titans have hit 7 threes tonight as they lead by 14, matching their biggest. Romero with a nice move, backing down baseline to spin to his right and lays it in to cut the lead to 12. Second bucket for Danny Romero to put the score at 52-40 at a 30-second timeout requested by the Vikings.
You see the swat there by Noah Cleveland. Now the Atkinson shot from the outside. Pretty nice job by Augustana on the offensive end. Be able to spread Illinois Wesleyan out. Really taking those bigs, those shot blockers out of the equation by stretching the floor that time for the Vikings. Where you get the smaller guard in Jackson Nigo one-on-one with Romero. Romero able to score over the top. Maybe that's something that Jordan Delp's talking about right there in that huddle. Hey guys, we've had a tremendous amount of shots blocked so far in this contest. Let's try to create some advantages here. Try to spread Illinois Wesleyan out. See if we can get Nathan Bolt and also Noah Cleveland out of the lane. The problem for the Vikings now is you've got that third shot blocker coming in, Mason Funk now, who's going to find himself on the floor. And that's been the nice thing for the Titans here so far tonight. You had Mason on the bench most of this contest here. They've still been able to build a double-digit lead in this game.
Yeah, Titans with 9 block shots tonight, despite just 3 from Noah Cleveland and Mason Funk, who's been battling foul trouble as he returns and inbounds to Jackson Nigo. At the 15-minute mark of the second half, Lawrence up top flips the ball to Funk. Funk on the cut to Cleveland, pass a little wide, got away. The steal by Claver. Off foots it down court, 2-on-2 to Willems with the throwdown.
That's an impressive play right there. How about Willems that time? Trailing the play, dropping the hammer home that time for Augustana. We'll see if that gets them some momentum on their side.
Yeah, Willems with a 9, the lead at 10. Funk hooks it left side to Lawrence. Lawrence on the wing, baseline to Cleveland. Cleveland doubled and he threw it away looking for Funk, but Funk got it off the deflection and then had it blocked. A goaltend will be the call against Willems and count the 2 for Mason Funk, his second basket of the game.
And you can see the athleticism, though, from Jake Willems, no doubt about it. Here it is coming to your living room, and that is a hammer right there. Really well done by the sophomore forward.
54-42 Wesleyan. Claver on the left, back out on top. Guarded by Nigo. On the curl, Atkinson raises an 18-footer, no good. Tipped by Cleveland. And off the deflection, it's Nigo for the Titans. Nigo gets it ahead to Funk into the corner. Lawrence thought about the shot, didn't take it. Funk does the same, cross-courts the ball to Ruggles. Back out to Nigo. Now Lawrence, another three. Got it.
So the ball is moving for Illinois Wesleyan. Just back and forth it goes. Augustana has to give so much attention to Noah Cleveland inside. Boy, he's creating so many holes in the perimeter right now.
4 threes for Lawrence on the night. 57-42. Titans' biggest lead of the game now at 15. Foul on the dribble drive on Jackson Nigo, his first, team's third.
I think that's the vision for this team offensively as the year goes on. Using those guys to be able to spread the floor. Got number 0 down there dominating inside, and that's the vision right there offensively for the Titans.
Nice inbound to Williams right outside the half circle when he glides in and scores.
He's having a nice half for Augustana. Gets him back within 13. We'll see if the Titans can get some solid minutes here out of David Williams, now at the point guard coming off the bench. Jackson Nigo's not going to be able to play 40 minutes, so David's going to be really important.
Ruggles open in the corner for 3. Off the heel, no. Tracked down by Funk. Inside to Kolak for 2.
They had a couple of guys had his choice. Noah Cleveland was down there. Carlo Kolak was down there as well. Joe Scarlo put it home.
Third Titan in double figures, 59-44. 15-point lead. Claver rolls off the pick. Right side it goes. Now to the corner. It's Williams with the left-hand dribble. Gets inside. Now cut off on the double team. Back out to Claver. Claver on the wing. 12 to shoot. Back out 3, top of the circle. By Aldana, spins out. Funk rebounds. 13 minutes to go. Titans by 15. Williams in transition. He got bumped by Claver in the open floor. And that's the first foul of the half on the Vikings. And first individually on Andre Claver, the redshirt freshman from Sterling.
As I mentioned, David Williams is going to be a really important cog for Illinois Wesleyan here in January and February. His ability to be able to defend, not turn the basketball over, give Jackson Nigo a break on that bench. It's going to be key for the Titans.
Williams gets it in play in the corner to Kolak on the right side. Backs down on Claver. Looking, he'll fade from 8 feet. Tough shot, missed it. Aldana rebounds for Augie.
It seems like a shot you can get any time on the shot clock. Maybe a little bit more of a probe. And there's David Williams, just picked up the contact. Really nice job by the senior point guard coming from the backside.
Came in hard on Aldana, or on Claver rather. Got his first foul, team's 4th. Now Romero returns for a baseline inbound for the Vikings.
I'm just hoping that Mason Funk can stem the tide and not pick up that 4th foul.
Off the screen, O'Donnell for 3. It's long. Keel the rebound. 15-point lead for the Titans. They're 2-2 in league play, looking to extend a 4-game win streak that's brought their overall mark to 10-3. Vikings are 7-5. 2-1 in the league. Keel backing down on Marici. Goes to the fade, but cut off. Ruggles on the drive of the floater. Left it short. With the rebound, Anderson.
Yeah, good job by Brady, though. Getting to the basket right there. Just need to finish.
There's a shooter. There's a 3 for Andre. That's short. And the rebound to Ruggles for Wesleyan.
Yeah, Andre has not shot it great so far in this contest here. Got himself open that time.
12 minutes to go. Funk on the left wing. Triggers it high to Keel. Directs it right to Ruggles. Ruggles looking. Hook past the baseline to Keel. Keel doubled out to Funk for 3. A little long. Rebound Anderson. Make that Marici for the Vikings. Titans by 15. Left wing in transition. 3 ball by Aldana. No good. Long track down. The deflection out to Funk with a 2-on-2. Funk left of the lane. Glides in and had it rejected by Marici. And an attempt there by Keel to let it bounce out of bounds. Aldana tried to save it. Couldn't. Now Ruggles goes out. Bolt returns for the Titans. And we come to a timeout here with 11:31 to go in the second half. For the Titans on top, 59-44.
Up and down we go. Fast-paced basketball game. Both teams getting up and down the floor. Boy, the ball has moved tremendously well for Illinois Wesleyan so far tonight. Built that nice halftime lead of 39-28. Already 20 points on the board for the Titans in the second half. They've shot it well from the outside. Augustana's had a hard time containing Noah Cleveland inside. And a lot of the open looks that the Titans are given because Augustana has to give so much help inside. They just don't have that physical post presence like we've seen from a number of their teams to be able to go up against Noah. The sophomores had an outstanding game, but the other guys have been able to feed off that as well, getting good looks from the outside. As I mentioned earlier, Eric, I think offensively, that's going to be the pattern for the Titans. A lot of attention to Noah Cleveland inside. Spread the floor on the outside and use some of those really exceptional marksmen that they have on this basketball team.
Titans up by 15, 11:31 to go. When it comes to lunch, one thing that makes it great is variety. Biaggi's lunch menu is packed with a variety, from a selection of freshly tossed salads and specialty sandwiches to the popular lunch half and half. That includes a choice of 2 items: soup, salad, half pizza, or half sandwich. Lunch at Biaggi's is always fresh, it's fast, and it's definitely filling. Enjoy lunch at Biaggi's today. Open daily at 11 a.m. at 3010 East Empire Street in Bloomington. To view menus or place an order for curbside pickup, visit Biaggi's.com. It'll be Carlo Kolak to inbound in the front court for Wesleyan after the block by Marici just before the timeout. Both teams have 4 timeouts left. Claver knocks it out of bounds again. Now Willems are going to come back in along with Atkinson for Augustana.
It'll be interesting to see if Illinois Wesleyan does go a little bit of high-low action here. They've had a hard time getting that ball into Cleveland because of that front. Well, there's the lob over the top.
Lob inside, banks it in for 2. Still no match for him.
Yeah, still Augustana trying to use Claver to be able to front, and they're trying to get weak side help the best they possibly can, but the lob that comes in from the wing from that angle, again, that weak side help is really hard to bring.
Cleveland now with 23 inside the Roden, double clutches and scores.
Yeah, nice job by Roden. Augustana's had a hard time scoring near the rim. Titans have had a ton of blocks here so far in this contest.
11 minutes
David Williams at that point guard position. Jackson Eagle getting ready to come back in.
Bolt on the left side of Lawrence. Lawrence against man-to-man defense, top of the key. Kolak raises a 3. A little wide left. Claver rebounds for the Vikings with a lob outlet to Willems, and a nice effort by Bolt to get a hand on it to break up the pass and knock it out of bounds. Now Nigo returns. Mason Funk will re-enter. Williams to the bench. Along the Bolt.
Interesting to see who makes the next run in this contest. If it's the Titans, they might be able to bury Augustana here in the second half. The Vikings make a nice little run here. They might be able to really close the gap here down the stretch.
Willems foul line jumper, he gets the bounce.
He's a good player. A nice job creating space. That's the second time they've run that same play off the inbounds. Little lob over the top. He creates space and knocks down that little 11, 12-foot jumper.
61-48, Wesleyan with the lead. They've led from start to where we're at now. Hoping to make it the finish as well. Nigo on the left, out high to Lawrence. Lawrence comes clean, top of the circle. On the right to Kolak. Kolak with the jump pass on the wing to Funk. Inside to Cleveland, who just got a bear hug from Claver, who wanted none of it. He picks up his second foul tonight.
I think only the second team foul on Augustana, so we've got a bunch to give here so far. So instead of giving up the basket to the big guy inside, just going to foul him.
Jackson Nigo with the inbound, looking, poked away by Claver. Nice effort, trying to deny Cleveland. That's really his only hope. Knocked it out of bounds. And the Titans will try again with 19 of the shot clock. It's Kolak, one hands the ball into Nigo, deep on the left wing, out near midcourt. Comes off the screen by against Roden. Down into the corner to Kolak. Kolak dribbles out to the wing, out to Lawrence, a long 3, short. Claver off the carom, midway through the second half. Claver hustles the ball down court, stripped by Lawrence. The steal to Nigo. 2-on-2, 3-on-2. Cleveland left in the lane, leaning, no. Tipped on the baseline and picked up by Willems for Augustana.
Nice job by Augustana, shutting off the lane right there.
Down into the paint. Roden a little out of control. Head jerk back. Banked it off the backboard, too strong.
And not a great look that time for the Vikings. We'll see if now the Titans can slow things down a little bit, spread the floor, look inside, maybe play a little inside-outside basketball.
Yeah, both teams rushed it in transition and came away empty-handed. Now Cleveland with a stare down and a reach in. Workman, the help defender there was Roden, but Workman got the whistle. And that is his first, team's third of the half. Aldana returns.
Yeah, 2 hands on the ball handler right there. Noah Cleveland that time catching it right at that top of the key. Turning and squaring up inside.
Lob into the backcourt to Nigo. Titans up by a baker's dozen. Top of the key. Funk fakes a handoff. Left-hand dribble. Covered. Jump pass into the corner. Back out to Nigo. Nigo up top. Once again to Funk. Funk with the lob inside to Cleveland. Cleveland a double clutch. Gathers it in. Left it short.
Yeah, good help that time from the weak side for Augustana. Made it a tough angle to be able to score.
Willems backs down on Funk. to the right elbow. Swings it wide left. Atkinson, a long three. Got it.
There were two guys right there for Augustana on that weak side. Nigo had to pick which one he was going to guard. Atkinson able to knock it down to a 10-point game. Nice run here by Augustana.
Titans have led by as many as 15, but the Vikings not going quietly. Rolling off a pick. Angling inside off the window for two for Cleveland.
Yeah, what a great move that time by Noah Cleveland. Boy, just talk about versatility. Been hammering away on the inside post, now stepping out right there.
25 points, 11 rebounds for the sophomore. 63-51. Now with the right, a well-contested three. Willems knocks it down right in the face of Mason Funk, who had him well guarded, but Willems with a big night offensively for the Vikings now with 16 points as they trail 63-54 with 8:17 to go. As you see, the three that brings it back down to a single digit, as close as they've been in the second half.
Yeah, really well guarded that time by Mason Funk, but Willems has hit some tough shots here so far in this contest for Augustana. Well, we talked about who's going to make that next run. It's certainly been the Vikings. Titans had it up at 15. We thought an Illinois Wesleyan run really might create that distance they could cruise home. Not going to happen here tonight, though. That lead down to 9 points here. Illinois Wesleyan will have the basketball, but Augustana's been able to hang around. You got to love the fight from the Vikings, where they've had some good wins so far. We talked about in the pregame. They've knocked off Calvin already this year. Wisconsin and Crosse. Boy, their losses are quality as well. Wisconsin Oshkosh on that list. Wisconsin Platteville. So they played a really difficult schedule here so far this year. Augustana's got a really nice basketball team, not going anywhere right now, and Willems has really stepped up for the Vikings, especially here in the second half, knocking down a big three-pointer to get that lead down to single digits now here, just over the 8-minute mark of the contest.
Yeah, their one conference loss came to Millikin, surprisingly good team this year, an upstart that's really gotten off to a very good start, 10-3 on the year. Meanwhile, we want to mention to Titan fans that you can make a difference for Illinois Wesleyan Athletics by supporting the Titan Athletics Fund. You're helping provide opportunities for student athletes to succeed both on and off the court. Every gift strengthens our programs, facilities, and the overall Titan experience. You can visit iwsports.com and click on Support the Titans to support the free live streams of every Titans event. Now off the steal, the inbound baseline jumper, no good, but a foul on the baseline J by Aldana, and Mason Funk has just picked up his fourth foul.
Yeah, tough situation there for Illinois Wesleyan. Not quite prepared for the pressure coming full court from Augustana coming out of that break. They turn the basketball over. Mason picks up that foul. Could be a turning point in the game right there.
So now 2 free throws for Aldana, the junior from Streetwood. He makes the first. Only 2 for 3 at the line coming in. Now Funk is out, Bolt back in.
And we talked about Augustana knocking off Millikin in their last victory, 77-76 in Rock Island. Big blue lead, Elmhurst in the second half, 11 minutes to go by 10. Millikin's played really well so far this year. Second free throw, no good.
And Cleveland the rebound as we approach 8 minutes to go, 63-55. Kolak on the left side. Behind the back dribble against Roden at the left elbow with a no look out to Bolt. And around the horn it goes to Nigo. Nigo with the cross-court pass, a nice screen for Lawrence, but he's covered. Bolt back to Lawrence, launches it left side to Nigo for 3. Got it!
Boy, I don't think I've ever seen this many skip passes against a man-to-man defense. That's usually something you use against a zone. But the way Augustana is playing that man-to-man defense and dropping so far off on Noah Cleveland inside, that skip pass has been open.
Nigo now with 11. Titans are up 66-55. Baseline. Workman with the cross-court pass. The drive by Willems. Looks to separate now into the corner. Aldana. Rainbow 3 from the corner is good.
Nice job by Aldana setting up with that corner three-point shot right there. Really a good job with that corner drift.
Down to an 8-point game, 63-58. 5 points for Aldana. Make that 6. Now it's Bolt, left corner. Dribbles out to the wing. Now to Nigo, under 7 minutes to play. Nigo to the left, back out to Bolt. Bolt with a fake, left back to Nigo. Nigo the pull-up, 16-footer, well-contested, spun out, tipped by Cleveland, and he went over the back. Noah Cleveland picks up his first foul, and the team's 6th.
9:07 to go second half. Carthage leads North Central 50-45. That game in Naperville. Keep an eye on that one. The Cardinals knocked off Wesleyan in Naperville. They can be tough on their home floor.
Now it's a road now between the rings for the Augustana Vikings, who have never led in this one. They've been down by as many as 15. Into the corner, a foul on the pick set by Workman. And a wave off of the shot for Willems. And Workman gets his second foul, number 4, over the half on Augie.
Now Augustana has shot the ball here really well in this last stretch. They've been able to get good dribble penetration and find the guys behind that three-point line.
They go off the screen on the wing to Workman. 66-58. Lawrence cross-courts the ball to Kolak. He's open for 3. Got it!
That's another skip pass. That's exactly what's been open. The Titans have taken advantage of it. Augustana just trying to keep that ball on the post the best they can.
11 threes on the night for Illinois Wesleyan as they lead 69-58. Here to the corner. It's Roden trying to get a little closer to the bucket. Aldana puts up a tough 3. Acrobatic as he elevated looking for a whistle. And the carom knocked out of bounds off the Titans. Vikings will keep it with 11 on the shot clock.
That Caden Workman made a really nice play right there to keep possession for Augustana, able to knock that ball off of Jackson Nego. That was well done, keeping that possession alive that time for Augustana.
Now would it be a baseline inbound?
A score from Wheaton, 68-62. The Thunder lead Carroll. So every game again competitive tonight in the CCIW across the board. This team continued to jockey for position in a league that has parity plus.
Claver backs it up near midcourt, rolls to the right against Kolak, swings it on the left. Atkinson jacks up a long 3, well short. Might have been tipped by Bolt. Then the putback of the baseline falls off the rim. No good. Would have counted.
Yeah, Roden did a nice job of picking that up. Now we got a technical foul, I think, on Jordan Delp that time. Head coach for Augustana. That's exactly what it's going to be. Mason Lawrence is going to shoot the free throws here for Illinois Wesleyan. Not sure if he felt like maybe Roden got fouled that time at the end of that play.
He certainly seemed to indicate that.
There was some contact down there on the baseline. As Lawrence knocks down both free throws to extend that lead to 13 for Illinois Wesleyan.
Lawrence now with 14, 2 for 2 at the line as Aldana checks out for Augustana.
Well, Aldana did a nice job coming in, knocked down that big three-pointer from the corner. Great energy for Augustana. It's exactly what you want off the bench, making some key plays for your team.
The inbound comes to Nego in the backcourt with Bolt.
And I also feel like Jordan Delp felt like Nathan Bolt got away with a illegal screen.
Crosse into the corner, 3-ball. Kolak is nothing but net.
Augustana has very few options to keep the ball out of Noah Cleveland down low, but that skip across the top is just killing them right now defensively.
Carlo Kolak now with 16, and the Titans lead 74-58. Whistle on the dribble drive and a foul here against Jackson Nego. His second, 17 fouls, so the Vikings in the bonus. And Bolt is out, Funk back in.
And Mason Funk comes back in with those 4 fouls. Boy, Mason was tremendous against Carroll on Saturday. Just hasn't been able to stay on the floor. Picked up 2 early ones, went to the bench. The Titans have done pretty well without him.
Free throw missed to the rebound, going to Noah Cleveland for Wesleyan. Maintaining a 16-point lead. Kolak, a 3-pointer after the technical. Really put a vice grip on this one now with the 5 minutes to go. Lawrence on the right. Nego back to Lawrence. Thought about the shot, didn't take it. Funk his pass tipped and stolen. A collision between 2 Augie players. The ball trickles away. Willems picks it up for the Vikings. Bodies all over the place. Atkinson leans into Funk. He'll pull up in the paint. 8-footer rattles out, and Funk gets the rebound.
Trying to settle things down now. Time and score here. 4.5 to go. You're up by 16.
74-50, a bounce pass to Funk as he barrels inside. Out to Kolak for 3. That one's short. Rebound tip, Funk controls it. keeps it in place. He was falling out of bounds. Lawrence resets. No need to hurry here. On the wing, Funk baseline to Cleveland. Dribbled it off. Looked like the defender's foot out of bounds. So Titans keep it. 12 in the shot clock.
Coach Rose used the word chaos a couple of times in the pregame, and it's been a pretty chaotic game here so far. Augustana just keeps bringing guys in. Pressure, length from the Vikings, make it difficult for you on the offensive end. Make it hard for you to run your offense. Illinois Wesleyan's done a really nice job of using that skip pass across the top of this defense. That's been extremely effective for them.
Nigo with the inbound. Funk in the corner by the Titan bench. Left-hand dribble with a spin, pulls up, 12-footer, banked it too strong. Loose ball, Vikings outnumber Cleveland. And Aldana tracks it down with 4 minutes to go. Titans up by 16. High jump step, the scoop by Claver, no. But he'll go to the line.
And I can see his strength. Once he gets downhill and you're backpedaling, you're in trouble at that point. The only thing that keeps him from laying that ball in is going to be the contact. Nigo picks up his third foul. Boy, Jackson is such a key player for Illinois Wesleyan, as David Williams is going to come to the game now here with 3:59 to go. Such a key player for them to have on the floor because of what he does on the offensive end, really steering the ship.
6 points for Claver tonight. First one is good. Claver had the game-winning shot of the final seconds against Millikin, their last time out.
And you can see why they would go to him in that situation. His ability to be able to get into the lane, just outstanding. Really strong physical guard. The lefty trying to get it done at the foul line.
Redshirt freshman puts up the second. It is good. 74-60, Illinois Wesleyan has the Vikings call timeout. We'll take a break with 3:59 to play. Titans lead by 14. This is Titan basketball on 88.1 FM, WBSN, IWDsports.com, and the CCIW network.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? And education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
3:59 remaining from Shirk Center. Illinois Wesleyan on top, 74-60. As they look to continue their 4-game win streak. They started the year 5-0, then dropped 3 out of 4 before rolling off their latest winning streak, getting them back into the top 25 and number 18 this week.
A game we'll keep an eye on. 4:41 to go in Naperville, 59-55. Carthage leads North Central. Boy, the Cardinals are pesky on their home floor and certainly causing the Firebirds some problems tonight. A little full court pressure now here by Augustana.
Double down on Lawrence. Bounce of the ball head to David Williams. Williams runs into traffic and had it poked away by Workman, but Workman picked up the foul. That is their 5th.
Only the 15th foul against Augustana. So you got fouls to give here. If you're the Vikings, you can afford to be aggressive with that full court pressure. Down by 14. It's the only way you're going to get back in the game is to turn Illinois Wesleyan over.
The inbound to Funk, back to David Williams as they set it up on the right side with Lawrence. Lawrence with a high dribble, gives it up, looks to lob. Instead, he goes baseline to Funk. Funk with a tough catch in traffic out to David Williams for 3. Too strong. Claver rebounds for the Vikings. They got to push it. Claver in traffic, knifing between 2 defenders. Gives up the dribble, kicks it out to Williams, squares for 3 and hits.
Boy, trailing the play. That's what you didn't want to give up. A nice job by Williams. Just trailing the play to the top of the key, knocks it home.
He's got 19.
Probably the Titans are going to have to get Jackson Nigo back in the contest. And I think that's exactly what they've got. Yep, the juniors at the scorer's table.
Right side of Lawrence. Titans up by 11. Kolak on the drive right of the lane. Barrels inside and lays it in.
Boy, Carlo has been awfully good so far in this contest. Titans getting back in that transition defense.
Under 3 minutes to go, 76-63. Now it's Claver on the right. Swings it out high to Atkinson. Launches a long three, barely draws iron. Cleveland the rebound. It's off his leg, out of bounds. Couldn't corral it. Roden back in for the Vikings as Roden returns for Wesleyan. Nego returns and Williams goes out.
Yeah, Noah Cleveland, another awesome night. 25 points, 13 rebounds, and that's where he has been ultra consistent, pulling down those boards this year.
The inbound goes to Atkinson, raises a three and knocks it down from the left wing.
Yeah, they lost him that time. Atkinson can shoot it. Right now with that desperation mode, no pressure on those shots for Augustana, just let them fly.
Down to a 10-point game, 9 for Atkinson, 76-66. Atkinson to the front court, guarded by Roden. Now journeys to the right side, well covered. Back out to Lawrence. They take their time, 11 to shoot. Cross-court pass to Kolak. Kolak with the head fake, knifes inside. The floater off the backboard for 2.
That's been open all night. Off the skip pass, long closeout that time for the Vikings, and they get the blow-by.
Kolak now with the 20, matching his career high. 78-66 with 2 minutes to go. Left side baseline and reach in on Cleveland, getting a little feisty. Going for the basketball, gets his second foul.
I think it's been a frustrating night at times for Noah, even though he's played extraordinarily well with those numbers. Augustana has been extremely physical with him once again, and they've used different players on him as well. Guard up front, deep drops on the backside to try to take away the lob up to the rim.
Free throw is good.
So if you're Augustana right now, 1:59 to go. Got yourself a 11-point deficit, hoping to make it 10. You knock in this free throw. It's a full face guard then in the full court. And then you're probably going to have maybe at least one more possession where you can just dig in and play some defense before we're going to have to start thinking about giving fouls.
One more try here. Both are good for Cam Atkinson now with 11. And it's 78-68. Titans by 10, still with $1:59 on the clock. The lob ahead to Nego. He circles out of trouble. No need to shoot it here as they take their time. Shot clock down to 18.
They'd like to burn it all here for Illinois Wesleyan.
Augustana letting him do it. They do have one more foul to give before they put the Titans at the line. Now it's Kolak. Crossover dribble, then lost his balance, lost the basketball. Funk picks it up. Cross courts the ball. Nego into the corner. Lawrence sidestep, shoots a three. Got it!
Couldn't have gotten a better shot in that situation, and that might be the dagger. Sends Augustana home tonight. 13-point lead now for the Titans. 1:28 to go in the contest. And boy, Casey Lawrence showing the type of sharp shooting we had heard about coming in Illinois Wesleyan. Boy, he is knocking him down. All you can do is fly out at him. You got to get a hand up. Just that little head fake, that sidestep dribble so many players love to use these days. Knocking home that three-point shot. Not much you can do if you're Augustana.
And during this Titan winning streak, he's made over 50% of his three-point shots. He's continued that tonight, 5 out of 9. So he is well over 50% during this Titan surge that appears to be on the verge of a 5th straight win. And really, you just take out the first 2 games of the year back at the Signet tournament when he was just getting his feet wet in his first games as a Titan. You take those 2 games off, and he's shooting above what he was in his first 2 years at Truman State.
Absolutely, and again, nice little head and shoulder fake that time. Blow by with the defender on those really, really long closeouts. And Augustana's had a ton of long closeouts here in the second half.
81-60, the drive by Claver had it knocked away by Nego, forced the steal to David Williams. We'll see how Augie plays this here. Down by 13, it's very much slipping away. Nego is fouled by Williams with 1:14 to play.
Well, the one thing you know, Illinois Wesleyan looks like they're going to pull this one out here tonight. Well, boy, the trip to Rock Island, they got to take on Augustana on the road. Boy, that is going to be a battle. This is a good Augustana team. They've got some nice victories so far this year. Played some other really good teams tough. This is a good ball club here from Rock Island. Titans really played well tonight.
That'll be February 21st or 20th rather. No, it is the 21st. That'll be the last game of the regular season before the CCIW tournament. Now they foul them and put them in the bonus. As Roden picks up his third. David Williams back in.
The Titans have certainly had their ups and downs. A couple of conference losses after knocking off Carthage, losing on the road at North Central and Elmhurst, but starting to find their feet underneath them here a little bit once again. Nice win streak here. Jackson Nigo's been a big part of that. Can't knock in the free throw right there, but boy, the point guard has been steady tonight.
With 11 points as the Titans here lead by 13. Pass into the corner to Aldana now with a minute to go. Hooks it into the corner. Roden raises a three and hits.
Nice job by Roden. The clock keeps moving here now.
Now it's ahead to Lawrence. Lawrence tries to dribble away from Willems, but he fouls him.
The nice thing for Augustana, Illinois Wesleyan is only in the bonus right now, so it's just 1-1 here for the Titans. You got to knock down that front end if you're Illinois Wesleyan. For the Titans right here, no fouls, no threes. That's going to be the key. Augustana contest at the basket. Don't foul. Don't give up that three-point shot.
Lawrence's first of a one in bonus is good. Lawrence with 18. 82-71 with 50 seconds to go.
Mason Funk having foul trouble, only 5 points tonight. Boy, Titans have gotten some huge contributions out of other guys. Boy, the stat line looks great for Illinois Wesleyan.
It's got them both to go with a new career high for the Titans with 19 points, 83-71. 12-point lead, three ball in the corner comes up short by Willems. Kolak running in traffic and grabbed by Claver with 40 seconds to go.
Well, we said in the pregame, Titans were going to have to play well to win tonight, and they certainly did. Really played a nice game, really from the very start as well. Got off to a really nice start in the contest. And they found it on the offensive end. 83 on the board here for Illinois Wesleyan tonight. Really looked good on the offensive end. Didn't get a whole lot of help off the bench, but boy, the starting five was terrific this evening.
So Lawrence with a new career high. Carlo Kolak with a new career high. 21 points. He had 20 against Bethany Lutheran in the first round of the NCAA tournament last year. And it's 85-71, a 14-point game. Into the front court, Claver tees it up for Atchison into the corner. His three is good. He's hit 4 of them tonight. 85-74, and a quick foul of Lawrence with 30.2 on the clock.
Augustana has been shooting it well in the second half. You can see knocking down another three-pointer there for the Vikings. They continue to give fouls. And again, for the Titans, boy, you got to let them drive, contest at the rim. Don't give up those three-point shots. Really, no help from the weak side. Play those three-point shooters. It's all about possessions right now. And knocking down threes cuts down the number of possessions you need to get back in the contest.
First one is good for Kason Lawrence now with 20. 3 Titans with 20-plus tonight in this 86-74 game. The lead now up to 13 as Lawrence sinks both. Now with under 30 seconds to go, Claver with the jump pass ahead to Roden. Roden on the wing, shovels it off to Claver, leans into tough three, comes up short. Roden gets to the rebound. A double clutch into the paint. From 6, it's good. And they'll call timeout. 87-76, Illinois Wesleyan with a lead and 17.9 seconds to go.
Well, you knew coming in it was going to be a tough matchup for Augustana inside. Just really with nobody with that post girth and size to be able to handle Noah Cleveland. They tried a lot of different options. They really settled on Claver in the second half with 16 guards. Clumping Cleveland, giving that deep side help them to keep the ball on the post. And Illinois Wesleyan has done a nice job of taking advantage of that, getting open three-point shots and knocking them down. They've gotten some tremendous looks in the second half. It's really opened up Casey Lawrence, Jackson Nigo, and really Carlo Kolak, who has stepped up big time here in half number 2. Have a big half for Illinois Wesleyan. Well, his three-point shooting has been really nice. If you look at those numbers, Mason Funk hasn't done a lot, but 5 out of 9 from Lawrence from the 3, Nigo 3 for 5, and Kolak 4 out of 8. So really good three-point shooting by the guards for the Titans.
Lawrence off the inbound, pressure here by Roden, and flipped it behind him and threw it away, looking for Funk as Lawrence was falling down.
You kind of maybe wonder why Augustana pressuring up the floor, but I think this is just the type of program Jordan Delp wants to develop. Hey, we're going to go all out and all in until the buzzer sounds. That's the way we're going to play, and that's a part of it.
Long three by Willems as he falls down and got the whistle, and Mason Funk gets up and heads to the sideline. He is fouled out, battling foul trouble all night. As he exits with limited action tonight, 5 points, 5 rebounds. Pair of blocks. And Noah Cleveland back in with 9.8 seconds to go. Willems at the line with 19 points tonight. 63% free throw shooter, knocks down the first.
He's one of those guys they're going to be building around. 6'5" sophomore. He's going to be at Augustana quite a while. Looks like they're going to come up a little bit short here this evening. He's got 3 free throws and certainly tried to contest that three-point shot, which was an arguing maybe a little kick there at the end by Willems to force the contact. Official not buying it, and he's got all 3 of them.
Now with 22 to lead the Vikings. And they'll take another timeout. Coach Delp just trying to grind this one out as long as they can. It would seem insurmountable at this point, but you're playing for the rest of the season as well. And Coach Delp very much a part of that, the character of the Augustana Viking teams that we've seen going back to the years of Greg Giovanni, of whom Jordan Delp played. One of the key players on several CCIW championship teams back in the early aughts, if you will, a 3-time conference champion and all CCIW honoree.
Yeah, well, I think right now for Coach Delp, learning that physical style of defense, the chaotic play as well, but Augustana, for years, known for physical man-to-man defense. I think that's just what he's trying to develop in his guys.
Williams with the inbound to Kolak. Kolak pressured. They're trapping but not fouling, and now they do with 5 seconds to go. Atkinson picks it up, and that'll give Kolak a chance to tack on 2 more.
Now the nice thing for the Titans going to be able to get back over 500 in the CCIW right now. They played extremely well in the non-conference. Some great non-conference wins. Dropping a couple conference games in December hurt the Titans. First free throw up and good for Carlo Kolak. Now able to get back to 3-2 in conference play. Hopefully maybe being able to ascend the CCIW here now as move into the middle of January.
Kolak tacks on to his career high 23 points, has 1 more coming, and that short rebound. Willems with 4 seconds to go. Aldana across half court, launches it from 35, too strong, and that'll do it. Illinois Wesleyan led wire to wire, and a convincing 88-79 victory over the Augustana Vikings as they extend their win streak to 5 in a row. Our postgame comes up next. We'll hear from Coach Ron Rose, a player guest as well. Illinois Wesleyan wins it 88-79 over Augustana. This is Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball on 88.1 FM, WBSN, IWGsports.com, and the CCIW Network.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
And welcome back to Shirk Center here at Illinois Wesleyan. The Titans get the victory 88-79, the final. And on a night where there were a lot of superlatives, we'll start here with Carlo Kolak, a career high in both scoring and rebounding. First double-double, 23 and 10, as the Titans get the win. We'll start offensively. Looks like you guys were really in rhythm here tonight for really the entire 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say our plan was we knew they would collapse a lot in our drives. So kind of our plan was to drive and really kick it out, find the open shooters, and I think we did a really good job today. The whole team shot pretty well. I don't know what our percentage was, but it felt like we were shooting pretty well.
Yeah, 50% from the floor tonight, and it was a lot of outside shots as well that dropped home for you. Augustana did an interesting thing. They had the point guard playing Noah Cleveland inside.
Yeah.
The skip pass was open. I don't know if I've seen skip passes against a man work that well, but boy, the skip pass worked really nice for you guys tonight.
Yeah, and that's one of the topics that we discussed is, since they have a small guy, they're going to front him, and then the opposite guy is going to come help behind, and then really looking at that skip pass. And I'll say, I really profited from that skip pass as well, I would say, tonight. So I think we did a really good job as a team.
Yeah, talk about your game so far this year, attacking downhill, a little bit more outside tonight, but talk about where your game has gone so far this senior year.
Yeah, I think this year, last year I was kind of known as, I'll go in and try to really just drive and score. This year I really take pride in everything that you can do on the basketball floor. I think, guarding their best player. I take pride in getting assists, rebounds, scoring, and I really just try to let the game come to me. And so tonight, I shot pretty well, and the game came to me. And some other nights, other guys will shoot well, but I'm trying to do everything else as well. I'm trying to balance out my game.
Yeah, Coach Rose talked a little bit about that. We're asking Carlo to guard one of their best players, and then when they score, we get upset with them. So you've kind of had that task so far this year, kind of taking maybe that leading score out of the game.
Yeah, we take really great pride. I take really great pride in that, and we talk about high standards, and those are high standards as well. It's understandable everyone's going to score, but really try to focus on not letting him score or not letting him score as much as he can, and just taking pride in that defense. And it comes from Rose, comes from Etheridge, and comes from all of our coaches just holding me to high standards.
And also maybe coming from some really good defensive players from previous years as well that set a standard of what good defense looks like.
Yeah, having to go against Akeem Williams last year in practice, you kind of pick up what he's doing and you try to mimic that. And I try to make my own style, just being aggressive and just being bigger, staying down. And I think it's been working so far, and not just me, but our whole team. If we want to make it far in the NCAA tournament, the CCIW tournament, we have to be really good defensively, and really take pride in that.
Carlo, talk about leadership on this team. As a senior, some younger guys and some new guys coming into the program. What does that leadership look like for you so far?
Yeah, just leading by example. I think that's the biggest thing, coming into practice, bringing that energy, and then doing every drill with 100% effort, 100% intensity, and just letting the guys see that, and then just kind of them following me by example as well. And then some of the juniors that we have, hopefully they learn from me, and then next year they take in what I did this year and make it their own style as well.
You've been through the up and downs of a CCIW season, a Division III season, 2 straight road losses in December. What were the conversations like then, maybe coming off that Elmhurst loss, especially a tough loss by 1 point on the road?
Yeah, speaking of talking about leadership, really just trying to stay positive on that for me and for the entire team. Losses will happen, especially in the CCW, the conference. Away games are really hard. And so, we take pride in winning every game, but understanding that there will be losses, but how do we bounce back from that? And I would say, after the Elmhurst game, we stacked 3 really great practices, and then we came into WashU and took it away, and now we're on, I think, 5-game winning streak, something like that. And so, just staying level-headed and staying positive is the note there.
And Coach Rose has talked about consistency, and that's the next step for this team to take to become a really good team. Do you feel this team is closer to that consistency based on what we've seen in the last few weeks?
Yes, I fully believe that we are getting closer to that, but we're not there completely yet. We can be so much better. We're such a talented team, as you guys can see, and just the talent will be there, but where's the effort, the intensity, the defense, like we said, all the little things, and just staying consistent in those little things. That's what brings championships. That's what brings conference championships and NCAA championships. So, and
you're getting ready for your last semester of a college education here at Illinois Wesleyan. I guess it's been nice to be on break for the last few weeks to kind of focus on basketball. So what are your thought processes now as you're getting ready to try to juggle both? And, of course, an intense last semester in the classroom.
Yeah, it's crazy. When you come in as a freshman, they tell you it's going to go by fast, and you just kind of, like, no way. Mm-hmm. But it really does go by fast. Last semester of my senior year, I'm a finance major, and so just balancing that out. I've been doing pretty well so far, and so just continuing to do that on and off the court. We talk about excellence, and that's kind of what my standards are.
Well, we appreciate the time. Congratulations on the great performance tonight and the Titan victory. We look forward to seeing you out here on Saturday.
Thank you so much, guys. Good seeing you.
All righty, thank you. Same here. That's Carlo Kolak, Illinois Wesleyan senior, with a career-best 23 points and 10 rebounds in the Titan victory over Augustana by an 88-79 final. We'll be joined by Coach Rose here in just a bit. We mentioned the superlatives, the 2 career highs for Carlo Kolak. For one thing, we mentioned Kaysen Lawrence, a new career high for the Titans with 21 points and 6 assists, but not to be outdone here. Nathan Bolt with 5 blocks, not only a career best, that actually ties the school record for Illinois Wesleyan. Zach Freeman had 5 blocks in a game in December of 2005. Luke Caston had 5 as well against McMurray back in 2000. So Illinois Wesleyan getting that, and a team block record as well. Did I hear correctly? For Illinois Wesleyan, they had 11 rejections tonight, led by Nathan Bolt's 5. This was already the top shot blocking team in all of Division III basketball, and they added on to that tonight, and it just does wonders, even though they did give up 79 points tonight, what that can do to sort of set a spark plug for the offense, too.
Yeah, and you look at Nathan Bolt on the floor, did not score in the contest, but plus 11.
Yeah.
When he's on the floor making a positive contribution. And as I mentioned during the broadcast, obviously not knowing exactly what Noah Cleveland was going to bring to the table, I thought Nathan would be the best rim protector the Titans would have here this season, and he certainly was terrific. His length is outstanding. Every guy's going to play a part on this team. That's what Nathan brings to the table, and you need that guy to be able to protect the rim, and boy, Nathan Bolt did a really wonderful job of that tonight. Overall for the Titans, a 9-point win, and in a game where Mason Funk had foul trouble all night long. Mason was spectacular on Saturday, in foul trouble today, but the good news for this team is they found multiple other guys stepping up in multiple ways to win the contest.
Yeah, Mason played less than 18 minutes because of those fouls, finished with 5 points, 5 rebounds to go with those 5 fouls, but others stepped up, and Nathan Bolt, one of them, with his 5 rejections in his 17 minutes. And again, Carlo Kolak, the career highs, but Noah Cleveland was the high scorer once again with 25 points and 13 rebounds. Kason Lawrence with 21 points and a team-high 6 assists. Carlo Kolak had the 23 and 10 boards with 5 assists. And Jackson Ego also in double figures with 11 points, 5 assists, and 4 steals. Jackson was 1 point shy of his career high tonight. 5 points for Mason Funk. Brady Ruggles had 3 points and 3 rebounds. David Williams, Nathan Bolt, and Brady Keel did not score. Brady Keel had a block shot of his own and 2 rebounds. Titans shot 50% from the floor, 30 out of 60. They were 13 of 30 from three-point range for 44%, 15 of 19 from the foul line for 79%. Titans won the rebounding battle by 6, 41-35. Titans had 12 turnovers while the Vikings had 7. We'll go through Augie's numbers here in a minute, but Coach Rose is joining us now after the 88-79 victory. Coach, imagining one of the better offensive games we've seen from the Titans this year?
Yeah, you know, you're pleased in a lot of ways and frustrated in a lot of ways, but that is the result of the way Augustana plays. You know, they aren't going to let you play a traditional style and run your offense, and they're going to try to be disruptive. And I thought we fed into that a little bit. I thought, especially the last 30 minutes of the game, I thought the beginning of the game, boy, I thought we played really pretty basketball on the offensive end. We had good ball movement, good player movement. We were able to find open people. Then the end of the half, we started standing around a little bit too much, over-dribbling a little bit too much, forgetting that we have probably the most dominant low-post player in the country. Kind of went away from him unintentionally. And then I thought second half, you know, just by being stubborn enough to consider throwing the ball to Noah creates all kinds of problems for the defense. You know, they were bringing the lowest defensive player across. They're trying to front him and get to the weak side, and that allowed us to skip the ball. And I thought the second half we did a better job of finding that man across the floor. And just I thought it was a game where if you make 3 or 4 easy passes, you're going to have some opportunities. Carlo was a beneficiary. I thought he made, you know, on that sometimes you're tacking a long closeout. The player's in the paint and has to close out to a player outside the three-point line. And Carlo, I thought, did a good job late of knowing when to shoot and when to drive.
I don't know if I've seen a game where a team attacked a man-to-man defense with a skip pass as much as you guys did tonight, but that's what they were giving you, so that's what you took.
Yeah, and it's just like the first time you play against any type of defense. You can say, here's what they're going to do. You can show it on film, but until you feel it and experience it, it's different. And they to their credit, they don't just let you run your offense. You've got to move the ball and make some plays. And I thought our guys, it was nice that Case and Lawrence cut loose. Jackson Nego hit some big shots. And then once you start hitting a few shots, it opens up the paint. And Noah, 11 for 16, 13 ho-hum, kind of getting used to that. 25 points, 13 rebounds. And I was disappointed, to be honest, in our ability to set our defense tonight. Now, we were really a good defensive team, but they got to play downhill on us and get to the paint and caused a lot of problems that way. I just didn't love how we set our defense. And I thought the first, 10 minutes, I thought our defensive intensity and awareness and sticking to the game plan was terrific. I didn't think after that it was very consistent.
1,000 different ways to guard Noah Cleveland. Front with the point guard, backside help. You're going to see just about everything. I'm not sure I've seen that one so far this year. That was a new one.
It was. And I think give Noah credit. That's hard for a young player that are you playing one-on-one, who you doubling with, who you surrounded by. And it takes, I think, Noah's growth and maturity, and he is really patient in there. It's pretty impressive given the number of minutes he's logged in his career and the different defenses that he's seen, that he is a load to stop, but he's also such a willing and talented passer. So I think as his career unfolds, he's just going to be able to beat you in more and more ways.
One of the impressive things for your team tonight, Mason Funk in foul trouble all night long, and you find contributions from a number of different guys to make up for what Mason. Nathan Bolt, one of those guys defensively with 5 blocks tonight.
Yeah, you know how important Mason is to us, and he's such a dynamic player. Got in foul trouble early, and then I typically don't put players in with 2 when you're up 10.
Sure.
But I just didn't want Mason sitting there not getting involved, and so I put him in. I wanted to play him 2 minutes just to keep him